Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Welcome along to the Saturday Superstream. And we are here 30 minutes earlier. So we're coming in very, very hot because we've got 3 games going on right now as we speak. And we're going to pick up with Nottingham Forest 1, Derby 0. So we're going to pick up with the Brian Clough Derby here at the City Ground. There's 73 minutes 10 on the clock. Forest lead 1-0. We also have Bristol City, I believe, have gone 2-1 up in their game against Cardiff as well. That is also going on in the Championship as Derby are in the box attacking here. Knock back to Lawrence, and Garner clears that one up. In the Premier League, we also have Everton 0, Aston Villa 1 happening as we speak. So plenty to be going on with. I'll get your teams in a second as Brennan Johnson comes down the right. Johnson crosses in. Oh, goodness me. It was Lewis Grabban with the goal for Forest. And if I remember correctly, one of the Forest Derby games I was at ended 1-0 to Forest with a Grabban goal just after half-time. It could be history repeating itself. Let's say a quick few hellos to Chris, Jake, Leeds 2021, and Marcus, Darren, No Size. Welcome all of you, and we'll try and keep up with everything that's happening. I'll very quickly just give you a shout on the teams. Obviously, we are in substitution territory here. So, Samba, Yates, Cook, McKenna for Forest across the back. Lowen, Spence, wide, Colback, Garner, Johnson, Grabban, Davis. You can see Davis has been replaced by Philip Zinkernagel. For Derby, there's been 2 subs as well. They've got Plange in for Kazim Richards and Revo Morrison is in for Abasele. Those are the 2 that have gone out. So it's also Bernstein and Davis Buchanan. Of course, no Jagielka anymore. Abasele is out, as we said, and Revo Morrison is in. Bird, Thompson, Knight, Lawrence and Kazim Richards went out for Plange. Louis Sibley is also about to come on. That's the state of play. We're just seeing Phil Coutinho go off for Aston Villa. They are 73 minutes into their game. They're a couple of minutes behind. Let me just, if I may, and then I promise, as Lewis Grabban challenged for another one in the box there, but I think the ball had already run out. Let's just give you a little quick look at Bristol City and Cardiff. And Cardiff were 1-0 up in this through Collins. Chris Martin has scored twice. I won't go through the teams. We'll try and keep the focus on the game at the City Ground. You can see James Collins on 31. Martin, pretty much immediate reply there on 33. And then on 63, Martin has given Bristol City the lead. We will quickly look at the live league table and show you what all of this means as Derby play a long ball forward. Yeah, I think we're safe to go to the live league table for the first time in today's Saturday Superstream. So Forest, as it stands, are moving up to 8th, and we've added 3 points there on in the live table. There'll be 1 off Huddersfield, 2 off both Borough and West Brom. Remember, Borough don't play till Monday night, so that's going to stay for at least those 48 plus hours. Derby, it would be the end of a very good run for Derby. 13 points in 5, wouldn't it? Look at Cardiff and Bristol City. Cardiff are in all sorts of bother. This would be a 15th defeat, which is a league high, the same as Peterborough there, although we suspect that number may go up at West Brom today if it goes to form, of course. Bristol City, it would be 2 wins in 3. It'd be going up to 33 points, tying up with a whole slew of teams there. Blades, Millwall, North End and Blackpool all on 33 points. Right. 4th official Stroud is holding up the subboard. And Louis Sibley's going to come on for Nathan Thompson. Wayne Rooney gives him a slap on the back. 77-17 gone. Let me know if you're watching the Everton Villa game as well on BT and you can keep us updated. Or if indeed, by whatever means you are, you're watching the Bristol City Cardiff game as we start the Superstream. slightly early. Welcome, Ian, who's already at Rotherham. Very nice too. He's an early bird there. Welcome, Napper's mum. Marcus has got COVID with his 5-year-old. No good. No good. Well, enjoy the game, and I hope you're not. Too bad. There you go, Marcus. On the mend. Good to hear it, and we hope everyone is staying safe. And we also hope we're on a downtrend now from this Omicron, and it's going to become a dominant variant, and we can see a way out of this thing now. Can Derby find a way out of this? Because they are 1-0 down at Nottingham Forest. It's ended 1-1 the last 4 times this game, hasn't it? And I don't think Derby have won one in 9, possibly. Here is Sibley for the Rams. Trying to get it on to Plange up the top. Couldn't quite. Spence. And it's Hoyt forward. As we come in with 10 minutes to go. Keep your comments coming in on the Superstream today. Let me know what you're going to be across. We'll try and be across everything. Team news will be coming in. Well, to be honest, it'll already be in 7 minutes ago and all the 3 p.m s. We'll have a look at that properly at about 2:30 and get all your thoughts on that as Bristol City look home and hosed. It's Bristol City 3, Cardiff 1. Bristol City 3, Cardiff 1 over in the 7-side derby. I wonder if Chris Martin's managed to get the hat-trick in that one. He was on 2 as Phil Zinkernagel comes down the left wing into the box for Forest. He does well. Stearman makes the tackle and is out for a corner. Good direct run-in by Zinkernagel as we await the goal scorer of the 3rd goal in the game for Bristol City. Looks like the Robins have got the win. Bristol City 3, Cardiff 1. 2 local derbies early on today. And at the moment, honours to the teams in red, basically. Bristol City and Forest are both leading. Here comes a corner then. James Garner. Short to Zinkernagel. Garner onside. Oh, Grabban was in there. Managed to get a foot into Derby. Nearly fell asleep there for that one. Circle not square. Luton fan tuning in from New Zealand. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 3 a.m. Sunday morning. Welcome, Circle not square. Wants the 3 wins in a week for the Hatters. Would be a great week for Luton, having won at Reading in midweek and beaten Bournemouth last weekend. Darren, look forward for you distracting me from Villa. Is Archie playing for Preston? We'll find out, Darren. In fact, you can keep us updated on Villa, who are leading at Everton. And John McGinn is just breaking away down the right-hand side with that hunched running style of his, but not to say it's not effective. 81 gone in Forest Derby, 79 gone in Everton Villa. No Sarge. Wickham exciting me along with the West Ham game. Have my eye on those. Keep us posted on your team, Wickham, as well. No Sarge. Right at the top of League One, Wickham. Doing a great job as ever under Gareth Ainsworth, aren't they, Wickham? Really punch their weight, don't they? Good side. Brennan Johnson. That's a lovely little ping across the Zinkernagel. It's a brilliant pass by Johnson into the box. Oh, and there it is, 2-0. And Brennan Johnson has got the 2nd goal, and Forest are going to win the Brian Clough derby. Johnson, linked with a move away from Forest in this transfer window, has played the mother of all 1-2s there. He pings it into the channel for Zinkernagel. Zinkernagel runs onto it. He lays it invitingly in for Brennan Johnson, who waves the shirt on his Forest badge. He slaps it. Son of former Forest striker David Johnson. He arrives in, slides it into the net. Forest 2, Derby 0. Worth. Really good goal that. Johnson does well, carries it. Such a lovely ball that just pings it with his right foot in there. And then he arrives late and just slides it into the net. And this one's all over, I think. Forest 2, Derby 0. Johnson with the goal, perfectly slid into the side net. And look at those faces behind the goal in the Trent end, celebrating another win. And Forest are dominant in the Brian Clough derby, aren't they? How about that? He's continuing to tap the badge, maybe in response to transfer rumours with him moving away, as Lyle Taylor is going to come on to see this game out. Stevie Cooper giving him the instructions. As referee Stroud puts the board down, it's Forest 2, Derby 0 on the Superstream. Get in, says Pee-wee. There you go. Ian's going to be in contact. He's got some phone reception at the New York. Good to hear. Grabban out for Lyle Taylor. You Reds, says Nottingham Forest Cats. And I'm sure all the Forest fans are going to be very, very happy with this. It's Forest 2, Derby 0 in the Brian Clough derby. And they are dominant, aren't they, Forest, in this game? I think it's 9 games back. I don't know the exact number that Derby last won. Very, very much Forest's territory, the Brian Clough Trophy. And knowing Steve Cooper and how his side set up defensively, you know, more than adequate, aren't they, at the back? You would suspect 6 minutes, seeing out a 2-0 lead would be, well, very desirable, but would be achievable, more to the point. Daryl, live from Bristol City, are you indeed? Or Birmingham City? Where are you, Daryl? Which one? I think Birmingham. Oh, there you go. He's at Birmingham. Protests, plenty have turned up outside the ground. Peaceful so far. Good news. Birmingham City fans protesting at Birmingham Sports Holdings Limited's running of their club. Indeed. My rules. That's interesting. Wilson and Mitro out with COVID. They are a prolific partnership, aren't they, Wilson and Mitrovic? Both will likely get double figures for goals and assists by the end of probably within the next 5-6 games, I would have thought, but not a round today. We'll get into the team news as the Derby fans look on. The Sky Sports camera pointing in there. There's a mill for you. Welcome, Dave, as well, to the Saturday Superstream. Please hit the like button if you are here and you're watching and hopefully enjoying the show as the action unfolds this afternoon. Ian DM'd you the team. We'll get on to our team news. Well, I normally say about 2:30, but we're starting a little bit late. Penalty to Derby. Steve Cook, excuse me, is an experienced guy, and he holds his head. Looks like an admission of guilt. Cook not protesting in the slightest. It's helped on to Tom Lawrence, and it has nailed on a penalty, as you are going to see. And oh dear, Cook will probably get a yellow card for that one. Tom Lawrence wins the penalties, probably going to take it, and it's a chance for Derby to get one back. I don't know if you agree with the Thierry Henry logic. If you win the penalty, you don't get up and take it. Tom Lawrence doesn't, because he's going to take the penalty, having been fouled by Steve Cook on 87 minutes. Big chance now for Derby to change the narrative of this game. Lawrence, who's got an absolute firecracker of a shot on him, is probably going to belt this, isn't he? Right-footed. Looks like a 5-step run-up. Let's see what Lawrence can do against Brice Samba. Here he comes. Right-footed. Scores into the corner. 87-30 gone. Brice Samba's being very, very silly here and delaying the restart. Samba needs to watch himself here. He's not allowed Lawrence to... What is he doing? Samba needs to calm down. He's going to get booked. It could be worse. Samba says it's our ball. That's not the rule, Brice. It's delaying the restart that is the law. And Samba has actually lost the plot here. And his teammates, I don't know who his captain is. Yeah, Brennan Johnson is doing it, trying to calm him down. He's completely lost it, the Forest keeper. He's trying to argue it's my ball, but that's just not the law, is it? It's delaying the restart that is the law. And that's what he was doing, trying to stop Tom Lawrence take the ball back out of the net. Oh, a little bit pantomime, but Samba really did lose it there for a second. Hey, if his intention was to kill some time, he managed to do it. Lawrence has also been booked. Fair cop there. I think it's referee Robinson, isn't it? Good pen by Lawrence. Slams it right into the corner. It's poor from Samba, isn't it? Lawrence shouldn't react, but let's be honest, Samba is clearly the instigator there, and it's all very silly, isn't it? We don't need to be seeing that. And it's 2-1 to Forest, and Derby now may as well go out on their sword and get that ball forward, commit men up the pitch and try and force chances. They've won a free kick here, which I assume, is going to go into the box. I think it's Max Bird is going to take it, waving everybody forward. They did have a comeback, didn't they, in the game against Reading? Wade Rooney is as calm as always on the edge of the box there. Chris Cook foolishly sives down Lawrence in the box. I agree with Chris, and I think Steve Cook agrees with Chris. He held his head in his hands, didn't he? Brice Samba catches the ball. Pilot investment firm. Formal offer to the administrator. Sources says it's made a full asking price offer in the region of 28 million. We hope that's sorted out. Tom Lawrence and Brice Samba will not leave each other alone. And we're going to have 6 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this one. And the narrative here really is Forest trying to see the game out, frankly, isn't it? And they've got 6 minutes to do so. Stevie Cooper is shrugging his shoulders. Rooney and Rossini don't tend to react to that stuff, although Rossini is suggesting maybe the ball boy should be giving the ball back to Max Lowe. But yes, we're almost certainly someone with a lanyard has gone to get the ball. Obviously, the Forest players in no hurry to do any of this, but I'd imagine we'll go over the 96 minutes, probably by about 30 seconds. It's Everton 0, Aston Villa 1 over at Goodison in the Premier League. It's Bristol City 3, Cardiff 1 in the Championship, in the other, the seven-side derby, the other local derby, the other 12:30 kickoff. Taylor holds it up for Forest to Max Lowe. Max Lowe knocks it inside. Burn came hurtling in there. We've had another late goal and another goal back at Bristol City. It's Bristol City 3, Cardiff 2. I think referee Robinson's got that right. Burn did hurtle in dangerously, and Lowe had to jump out of the way. A goal back for Cardiff City. Bristol City 3, Cardiff 2. I don't think we ever found out it was Andy Vyman who got the third Bristol City goal. Not sure yet who's got the second Cardiff goal. It's 3-2 there. And most definitely a high-scoring game, as we may or may not have suggested on our Championship 365 show. Forest take the free kick quickly. They've done well to kill 2 minutes 20 of the 6 minutes stoppage time so far. A very good stoppage time management job. Emi Buendia is going off to rave reviews from those Villa fans. Brilliant player, Emi Buendia, isn't he? And he is responsible for scoring the goal for Villa. Thrown down the line by Forest. Lyle Taylor, I think he's managed to boot that over the stand there, the main stand. Peter Taylor stand there at Forest. A new ball comes in and call it what you like, Dark Hearts game management. Forest have managed to kill 3 minutes of the 6 minute stoppage time so far without Derby really being able to even get the ball into play, let alone into the other half. Burn heads it up in the air. Taylor holds it up, tries to win a free kick. Hoiked forward by Stearman and headed away by McKenna. Wayne Rooney catches the ball and passes it to Nathan Byrne, who takes the throw in, headed down again by McKenna, hooked away by Zinkernagel. And Forest are doing a fine job of killing stoppage time here. They've won another free kick, and we all know what's going to happen. They'll take 30 seconds to take it. They'll shift everyone up the pitch and get that ball probably down into the corner again, I'd imagine, on the left-hand side. Watters with the goal, says El Scotty. Thank you. Max Watters then. Afternoon, Stephen. You're very, very welcome. Afternoon to you, sir. Benny, played with Robin Olsen in Malmo. Very nice. Hope he gets back to being a starting goalie soon. Where is he, Olsen? Played still? Did he go off to Everton or something like that? Booted forward, as we suspected, and Ryan Allsop's got it in the Derby goal. 94-22 on the clock. Can Derby launch an attack? Not like that. They keep giving up fouls. Curtis Davis says no way, but he's been penalised here. And Forest have nailed this stoppage time, haven't they? They've absolutely killed the game to the nth degree here. Which is exactly what you would do in their position. Villa on loan. Thanks, Benny. Brice Samba, who's hopefully got his head back after losing it maybe a few minutes ago after that penalty. Big ball forward by Samba. Won by Byrne. Colback sweeps up. Less than a minute of minimum stoppage time. And another foul has been drawn by Forest. Louis Sibley on Colback, who stays down now, holding his face. Colback smiles at Sibley. He won't shut up. Looks pretty tasty on the pitch in this one, as you'd imagine. Lyle Taylor's offside. So I think this is the last phase of play. So if I were Wayne Rooney, I would be telling everybody, literally everybody, to get forward now and hoofing this down the ground. 10 seconds minimum stoppage time to go. I think we'll go over after that long hold on taking the throw in. Can Derby get it in the box? Not like that. Oh dear, I think Ravel Morrison is about to get red carded. Referee Robinson pulls out the red card. It was one of those. Morrison overruns the ball. What is Brice Samba doing? Oh dear. Forest have won the game here, and it's all really getting very nasty on the pitch. Samba has run up to mock Ravel Morrison, who's doing a fairly good job of staying calm, but Samba has been an absolute shithouse here towards the end of this game. He won't leave it alone. He's got no business being there. Morrison's been red carded. Would you believe Lyle Taylor, who likes to stir the pot a bit, is actually playing peacemaker there? I'll quote Roy Keane, who was very accurate about this. All these diving in fouls where the player maybe is done for serious foul play, or when they've overrun the ball. That's exactly what Ravel Morrison did. He doesn't slide in. We're looking at excessive force and endangering the opponent. He gives the ref the decision to make, doesn't he? I honestly don't think it will make too much difference. And yeah, the full-time whistle has gone. And, oh God, it's absolutely kicking off. Louis Sibley now. It looked like Cafu There, Lewis Graben's back on the pitch. There's all sorts of pushing and shoving. Lots of people who should know better here, behaving like absolute planks. If I were a player, I'd go and applaud the supporters and just get off the pitch. It was one of the, I think it was Cafu and Louis Sibley, obviously a young guy, completely amped up, but it's a bit of a circus here, the end of the game. Ravel Morrison got sent off right at the end. I think Craig Forsyth encouraged him to go down the tunnel, which is a very, very good idea. Some of the wiser, older heads, Steve Cook and Curtis Davis, are trying to calm things down. But yeah, all getting a bit out of hand. At the end here, Forest have won 2-1. Stephen Reid and Colin Kazim Richards coming on. I think it's Philip Zinkenagel, Louis Sibley, probably Brice Samba that we need to keep an eye on, who just need to sort their emotions out and calm it down. We get the passion. And Forest have won the Brian Clough derby. In the seven-side derby, it's Bristol City who have won 3-2. It's full-time at Goodison as well, where it's Everton 0, Aston Villa 1. So Brennan Johnson, Lewis Graben and Tom Lawrence on the score sheet in this one. I'm just keeping my eye on it because it just feels like we're someone saying the wrong thing away from another brawl, particularly where Brice Samba, maybe Cafu, Louis Sibley, Ravel Morrison are concerned. Lewis Graben applauds the Trent end. So does Brennan Johnson, who scored a brilliant goal in this one. Let's have a look at the live league table and see what that does for Forest and for Bristol City in the Championship, who've both won. We'll check out the Premier League and see where Villa are after Stevie Gerrard, the Liverpool icon, frankly, one of Liverpool's greatest ever. He's got a nice big smile on his face, has won at Goodison again. There's a Championship table, guys. Get your comments in as ever before we look at the team news. So, Derby stay in 23rd position. A point for Barnsley takes them off the bottom today. Bristol City have moved up to 16th with their win. Cardiff are still on 23 points and not going anywhere fast. Reading or Peterborough can, Reading can supplant Cardiff in 20th. Peterborough can go to within 1 point. Ryan Yates is very excited, and so is Steve Cooper. And we should talk about Forest and their league position there in 10th. They can be overtaken only by Luton in the 3 p.m. games. Back-to-back wins for the Forest. And really, Steve Cooper keeps up the excellent points per game ratio he's had all the way through his tenure as Forest manager. He's bit of a Championship cheat code, isn't he, Steve Cooper? His points average right through Swansea and Forest has been really good. Good manager, Steve Cooper. And so is Wayne Rooney, for that matter. But Cooper comes out on top. Congratulations to Nick and Darren. Happy Villa and Forest fans today. Plenty of team news coming in. Thanks, Dave. We'll look at that in a sec. Thanks, Alex, as well. Marcus, fines coming in, possibly. Yeah, it was all very juvenile at the end there. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I don't think Forest keeper Brice Samba covered himself in glory with his antics at the end, but you know, it is what it is. You Reds, congratulations, Owen. Congratulations to the Forest fans and the Villa fans. I can see Emi Buendia and Matty Cash, 2 Championship graduates, doing it up in the Premier League. Fair play, handbags. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? All a bit silly, Marcus. I agree. Toby is a happy chappy. After the Norwich win last night, big win for Norwich, wasn't it? And that might do for Don Claudio today, judging by what we are hearing. Let's just check in the Premier League, and we're going to have a look at some team news as well. Villa have got the win at Everton. So Villa up to 13th position there. with that result. They lost to Manchester United, didn't they? They drew to Manchester United. My bad. Came back from 2-0 down to draw 2-2. So Villa go up to 13th spot. Everton still struggling down the bottom there. The defeats keep rolling in. Duncan Ferguson is the caretaker, interim manager, etc., etc. Let's have a look here at some team news in the Premier League. It's Brentford versus Wolves, our dearly departed side. Brentford could do with a win, but Wolves are good, aren't they? And they don't concede many goals at all. Table's not been updated, apparently. We'll check in, and I'm sure SofaScore will get onto that very, very soon. Lottel is starting in goal for Brentford, experienced keeper. They're missing Raya. Fernandes had been playing, but Lottel comes in. Pinnock, Janssen, Aja across the back. Henry Canos, Janel Norgard, Jensen, and Buemo Tony. Strong Brentford team that, other than David Raya, pretty close to full strength when they were doing well earlier in the season. We'll check in with the Premier League table in a sec once SofaScore have got it updated. Sa in goal for Wolves. Keelman, Cody Gomez, Nori Semedo, Dendonka, Neves, Moutinho, Silva, and Podence up top. Let's see if they have updated that Premier League table. And we'll see you can get Villa. Truly, no, they haven't yet. Don't think they've added the points on there. The SofaScore algorithm struggling. Joshua, was that really a red? I don't know. He overran it. He dived in. Was there excessive force or endangering the opponent? I don't know. I'm pretty 50-50 on it. We've seen them given. We've seen them not given. Could be a yellow if it's just a bad tackle and not excessive force. It didn't make much difference. So hopefully it can, if it wasn't a red, it can go to the disciplinary committee and they can make their view on that. I'm pretty down the middle there. Honestly, I wouldn't have a problem with it being a red, and I wouldn't have a problem with it not being a red. It's a yellow if it's not a red anyway. But fortunately, it didn't make too much difference right at the end of the game there. Josh, who's asking, Leeds Newcastle is a big game for Leeds, and the rest of the dearly departed are going to want Leeds to win, aren't they, and take some points off Newcastle. Meslier in goal for Leeds. Ayling, Llorente, Strauch, and Dallas. Koch, who played well, didn't he? I don't want to talk about Koch in the hole. I've seen all of the jokes all week. So we'll say Koch in the deep line playmaking position. Rodrigo Click, Rafinha, Harrison, and James. For Newcastle, Dubravka, Trippier, Lascelles, Shah, Dummett, Willock, Shelby, Jolin. So attacking this Eddie Howe Newcastle team, isn't it? Ryan, Fraser, Chris Wood, and St. Maximan up top. Welcome, Howard. I haven't seen that Fulham are missing Mitro and Wilson. I've been told a couple of times, so we'll check out that team. Yes, that makes a big difference to the Fulham goal machine. That's essentially their best goal scorer and their best creative player out, isn't it? Congratulations, Mark, who's understandably happy Forest fan. Benny Ray will back in February, hopefully. He'll improve Brentford, but they're nearly there, Brentford, in terms of full strength with Aja back. Canos is back at wing back for them as well. We can say the same for Leeds. They look a bit stronger, still without Calvin Phillips and Pat Bamford, aren't they? Of course, Leeds United. We don't cover either of these teams, but, one very good team and one very newsworthy team. It's Manchester United versus West Ham. De Gea in goal for the Reds. Telles, Varane, Maguire, and Dallo. So no Shaw, no Wan-Bissaka. No English fullbacks there. Fernandes, McTominay, Fred, Greenwood, Ronaldo, and Elanga stays in there for Manchester United. For West Ham, Areola in goal. No Fabianski. Soufal, Dawson, Zuma, Cresswell. Soucek returns with Rice. Bowen, Lanzini, Fornals, Antonio. I suspect West Ham will give Manchester United a game today, won't they? They tend to. If anyone is concerned about the lack of up-to-date Premier League table, We will wait for SofaScore to update it. Please, if you're in any way upset by that, send them a strongly worded letter. And I'm just reading out what they put up, guys. So don't worry about it. Enjoy the win, Villa fans. That table will be updated very, very soon. Paul Hurst Grimsby faced Bromley today. Good old Paul Hurst. You can still find him. Clough Trophy firmly in the grasp of Forest. Yes, it is. Coventry missing Godden today. He's got appendicitis after I've bigged him up all week. There you go. Elanga's father is a Malmo legend, and he played with Pontus Jansson of Brentford, as we saw in the pictures on Twitter this week. Right, can we say... Right, there we go. Let's satiate the Villa fans now. Here you go, Villa fans. SofaScore have updated their table. You don't need to write them a strongly worded letter. There we go. Aston Villa correctly up there in 10th now after their win. And they can be caught by Leicester, Palace, Saints. Brentford could go level on points, but the goal difference doesn't really work in terms of that mathematics. Let's have a look at... Is there one more Premier League game? No, it's Saints Man City at 5:30. It's 2:37 on the Superstream. We're just reacting to team news in the 3 PMs, and then we'll play first goal wherever we think that may or may not be. Please hit like and keep your comments coming in. Let's go first to Birmingham versus Barnsley. Birmingham fans protesting today. Sounds like it's all gone off peacefully, which is good news. And of course, whatever your thoughts on Birmingham Sports Holdings Limited and how they run Birmingham, we respect the right of the Birmingham fans and their freedom of speech to make their feelings known. Scott says the protest is ongoing there at Birmingham. I think they've been out there an hour. There's your team for Blues: Etheridge, Colin Roberts, Mengi, Pedersen. Lots of links with Pedersen away from Birmingham this week. James Gardner, Woods in central midfield. Hogan, Jutkovic and Hernandez all start. So that's a bit of a tweak from Lee Bowyer there. For Barnsley, Lewis Grabban has dropped the Brian Clough trophy. What would Cloughie think of that? Deary me. Brad Collins in goal for Barnsley. Williams, Hellick, Anderson, Kitching, Gomez, Palmer, Adebayo, Styles, Morris and Iseka. Both sides struggling. Barnsley struggling more, it has to be said. Chris, Forest edged it overall. New signings, Davis and Cook not working out so far. I think their substitutions were better than Derby's. Chris has been tuned in. Jeff with a super chat. Thank you. Coldplay 3, Mannix 2. There you go. I like it. Closer supposed to be signing for us. Thoughts? Good guy to have around, Jeff. Obviously, lots of injuries, and he's not the player that Norwich signed for, I think, like 10 million euros, wasn't it? 5, 6, 7 years back. But good guy to have around. And look, we'll do a job, but don't expect him to be a starting centre back. But I suppose if the evidence of Mr. Davies and Stearman and Jagielka this season are anything to go by, then yeah, maybe he can do a job. Steve, welcome along. We are all good here. What would Cloughie think of Grabban's beard? I'm sure he'd tell him to shave it off, but maybe Cloughie's bluntness might not go down so well in the modern world, for better or worse. I'm just telling you how it is nowadays. Let's talk Blackpool, Millwall up at Bloomfield Road. Here are the teams. Let's say thank you to Steve. A super chat from Steve. Thank you so much. 4.49. We'll drink to you, Steve. Very, very kind. Not the first time he's contributed. Thank you very, very much, Steve. Good luck to you and your Swans this afternoon. Blackpool, Grimshaw in goal. Sterling, Ekpateta, Keown, Garbett. Hamilton, Dougal, Connolly, and Bowler. He's been linked with Forest, actually, who we've just seen the end of. Lavery and Medine up top. For Millwall, Bart in goal. Cooper, Hutchison, Wallace, McNamara, Malone, Evans, Keith Bell, friend of the channel, Billy Mitchell, Mason Bennett, and Bennick Afobe. Ollie Burke signed for Millwall yesterday and is on the bench. And so is Zach Lovelace, the 15-year-old as well. Nicky Wire would beat Coldplay on his own, and that's about James Dean Bradfield getting involved. Yes, maybe in a fight. In terms of record sales, I think Coldplay would most definitely hold their own, whatever you think of their music. Let's move on. Get your thoughts in on any of the team news. It's Bournemouth versus Hull down at the Vitality. Travers in goal for Bournemouth. Stacey, Metham, Kelly and Davis. Billing, Lerma and Marcondes. Christie, Solanke and Lowe. Bournemouth, of course, lost to Luton in the 97th minute last weekend. Baxter in goal for newly Turkish Hull, now been taken over. Bernard, McLaughlin and Greaves. Longman and Williams. Smallwood, Doherty, Honeyman, Eves and Keane. Lewis, Potter is your Hull team there. Bournemouth will be favourites if you look at the league table and most other statistics, but Hull will be buoyant, let's just say, after the takeover was complete. Coventry versus QPR is going off at the CBS today. Moore in goal for Cov, Hyam, McFadzean, Clark Salter, Shipley, Kane, Sheafhamer, Alan O'Hare, no Godden, who's in fine form, appendicitis, Gyökeres in, David Marshall in goal for Rangers, Dickey, Dunn, Barbe, Dion Sanderson. Did that go through yesterday? In the end, I'm not sure it did. It's going through, isn't it, Sanderson? He's going to be heading off to... Sorry, let me just change my channel to get Jeff Stelling on. There we go. And sorry, my apologies. Domer and Wallace, Dazelle, Field, Willock, Dykes and Gray. QPR doing a good job without Ilias Chair, Seni Dieng and Osman Kake, who are at AFCON at the moment. They will be back, but Rangers won all their games, actually, without them. See how they go today. Should be a good game, that. I think they're quite well matched, QPR and Coventry, both done well this season. There you go, Dave. Sanderson in next week. Good signing that, I think. Alex says we were after Sanderson. John, our Blues friend, was a big fan of him. I think the Sunderland fans were big fans of him as well. Sanderson was on loan there last season. Graben, top man, big-time player. Yeah, he's done it for years now, Graben, hasn't he? Just gets goals in the Championship, just experience, knows what he's doing, doesn't he? Really does. Right. Reading versus Huddersfield down at the Select Car Leasing Stadium. Southwood in goal for the Royals. Rahman and Yidam are both back. They are the first choice fullbacks. Forgive my lack of AFCON knowledge. I'm presuming then Garner got knocked out and those two players are fit to play. Anyone with more AFCON knowledge, put some more meat on the bone for that in the chat. Just too much football for me to keep up with. But I know the AFCON, I think they're past the group stages now. Someone smarten me up, for God's sakes. Morrison and Holmes at the back. Laurent, Drinkwater, Renamotor, Swift, Puskas and Zhao. That is the strongest Reading team we've seen in weeks now. So that's good news for the Royals fans. Zhao is back. I know they're a bit indifferent to Puskas. But the fullbacks are back as well. How tired they are after heading out to Cameroon, we don't know. But some good news for our Reading friends and subscribers. Huddersfield, Nichols in goal. Pippa, Pearson, Lees, Toffolo, Thomas, Hogg, O'Brien, Sinani, Karoma, Ward. Pippa at centre-back. Wonder if that's a back four. We will find out. Maybe Sorba Thomas a bit further forward. But he does love a back three, Corberon. So maybe SofaScore are correct there. Sheffield United versus Luton. Quarter three, by the way, guys. We will get to first goal predictions and all of that good stuff in a little bit. Blades versus Luton. Luton steaming up the table and starting to win in terms of their games in hand as well. Can they do it at the Lane today? Folleringham in goal. Basham, Egan, Robinson. Norrington Davis and Bogle, Norwood and Hurahan, Brewster and Dye, and Billy Sharp, who could break the goal scoring record in the Championship today. Can he get the goal? I don't know what the number is, but Billy Sharp could become a record breaker today. I'm going to Google it as we talk, just so we can get the right number if it does indeed happen today. Billy Sharp record. Let's have a look. There we go. The Deepdale Digest. What's the number then? I can't see it. If anyone can find out what number of goals Billy Sharp is on, that would do me a world of good, because I don't know the number. For the Hatters, Shea in goal, Burke, Bradley, Naismith, Kioso, Bell, and Panzu, Campbell, Lansbury. 2 goals in 2 games for Campbell, by the way. Musgrave and Jerome. I think Musgrave was at AFCON as well. So we're starting to get AFCON players back now, which is... it's bad news for the AFCON players because it means they've been knocked out, but good news for the clubs who want them playing. There you go. Ghana and Algeria both out. Bottom of groups. Nigeria tearing it up. Gabon and Equatorial Guinea doing better than expected. Thank you. There you go. Fusion Lucify coming you Hatters 3 wins in a row, and they've got to do it at Bramall Lane against the Blades today. A few more to go. Do you know what? It's actually quite nice starting a bit early. I'm not rushing through these. I'm normally speaking at about 100 miles an hour and skipping all your comments and not reading any of them out. I'm chill, guys. I'm chill today. We could do with Billy Sharp against Stoke today, says Fulham 58. We'll get on to that one. Fulham are missing the Metro today. That's the big team using the Championship, but we're not at that game yet. We're at Swans versus North End. Hamer in goal for the Swans. Manning, Cabango, Norton, Christie, Latabodier, Grimes, Downs, Smith, Nuchem, Pirro. For Preston, Iverson, Rafferty, Bauer, Vandenberg, obviously huge, suspended after being red carded in midweek against Blades. Bark, Hazen, Cunningham, Whiteman, Brown, Johnson, Rees, Evans. Thanks, Alex. 121. Should we write that down? And we'll be on. We've got a Billy Sharp Claxton set now for today. Can he become the record goal scorer? Billy Sharp. What a great player he has been. Just a fat lad from Sheffield. He even says that himself. So don't worry as the chant goes. Right. Let's talk Stoke versus Fulham then. And the big news is Fulham's best creative player and best goal scorer. Well, okay. Fulham's best goal scorer and one of their best creative players, I think Fabio Carvalho might have an argument, are out. So will that completely ruin the calibration of the Fulham goal machine? We will find out. Stoke line up with Jack Bonham in goal. Chester, Jagielka, Harwood, Bellis across the back. Timon, Smith, Klukas, Allen, Baker starts. So does DiMaggio, Wright, Phillips up top with Jacob Brown. So interesting there. Look, Harwood, Bellis, Baker and Wright, Phillips all in that starting lineup for Stoke now. They weren't there a month ago, were they? Well, I mean, Wright, Phillips was, but not starting. He's ready to go, according to Michael O'Neill. For Fulham, Rodak in goal, Tete, Adrabio, Ream, Robinson, Kearney, Reid, strong, Kibano, Carvalho, but no Wilson, no Mitro. Muniz and Reid in there, probably the other way round to where SofaScore have got them. I assume Muniz will play up top and Reid will play off the front. So we'll see what that does to the Fulham goal machine. Jake, with the $64,000 question, is it the players or is it the system? It's probably both, but we're going to find out to what extent today. He is dead right, isn't he? Alfie, neither Mitro or Wilson scored in the 6-2 against Brom. But Mitro has obviously got 28 goals this 28 or 27? 27? 20, I don't know. Wilson's nearly got 10 assists and 10 goals. So yes, we can look at the one game against Birmingham, and of course, it was an own goal. But come on, Wilson clearly set up the own goal, didn't he? But it doesn't go down as an assist, does it? I think you're better than Soccer Saturday. Thank you very much, Fusion. Very, very kind. Hit the like button if you think that. Missing Mitrovic for most teams were concerned, and not for this Fulham team. Goals all over the pitch. We're gonna find out, aren't we? But yeah, I agree. The Fulham roster is fantastic, isn't it? Keep comments coming. You are the lifeblood of the show with your comments. You set the agenda. I react, basically. I don't set it. Well, the players set it, don't they? But you know what I'm saying, don't you? West Brom versus the Posh. A good home team against a bad away team. Button in goal. Still no Johnston in there or Mowat. Kipre, Bartley, Clark, Townsend, Furlong, Reach, Livermore, Grant, DK and Phillips. Start for DK. Bender starts in goal for the Posh. Beavers, Kent, Edwards, Mumba, Taylor, Norburn, Burrows, Grant, Dembele and Clark. Harris. Well done, Annie. Congratulations. Good win for Bristol City today. And a double against Cardiff. I think both games were 3-2, weren't they? Or 3-1, 3-2? Was the first game 3-2? I don't remember. Anyway, they won both of them, didn't they? Right. Let's have a quick look. We've done all the championship games. Just have a quick look at League One. Obviously, I'm going to not leave my bias at the door because the one team I'm going to pick out is Ipswich because I support them. And they play Accrington Stanley. And this is more for me than you. But here's the Ipswich team. Walton signed permanently. Really pleased about that. Danassian, Wolfenden, Edmondson, Vincent Young, Burns. Carroll starts with Sammy Morsey, Selina, Chaplin and Bon. And for Stanley, Savin, Clark, Nottingham, Amanakwa and Bagello. Pale, Butcher, Hamilton, O'Sullivan, McConville. Look out for Bishop. Always does well against Ipswich. We will summarise properly League One. 2-1. There you go. Thanks, Annie. Graben on 112 is the only person I can see catching sharp. 121. Chris Martin scored 2 today, didn't he? But I know what you mean. It feels like Sharp's got a bit of a decisive advantage there. But Martin's a couple of years younger. Jordan Rose, 115. We will see. Already subscribed, part of the furniture. There you go. Well done. Dave, and you can find Dave over on Patreon. He's always on our roundtables as well. Good value. Thank you, Dave, for your support. Right. So I will try and do this. I'll try and do this cleverly. I'll bring up the table on my laptop and I'll bring up the fixtures on... Do you know what? I'll bring up the fixtures on my laptop and I'll bring up the table on the screen. I think it's more value for you guys to see the table in terms of League One. So it is Burton versus Wimbledon, which is 12th versus 20th. Wimbledon, Morecambe can catch them up, but look at Morecambe's goal difference. So Wimbledon aren't likely to be in the bottom three today, come what may. Cambridge versus Crewe, that's 13th versus 22nd. Charlton versus Fleetwood, lots of sort of mid-table versus lower mid-table there. Charlton 15th, Fleetwood 19th. Ipswich versus Accrington, 10th versus 11th. And Ipswich can go above Accrington with a win. Accrington can go above Pompey potentially with a win. MK versus Doncaster. It's a terrible season for Doncaster. They've already lost 18 games, haven't they? MK are doing great and they can solidify their playoff spot today. Look, they could go 9 points. Why have we got 5 playoff teams there, by the way? Look at that. Come on, SofaScore. Sort it out. Oxford aren't in the playoffs, despite me being caught out by that. One too many playoff places on there. Oxford, Sheffield, Wednesday. There you go, 7th versus 8th. That's a very big game, isn't it? Plymouth versus Lincoln. Plymouth stealing those playoff spots, despite Ryan Lowe leaving to go and do the Patreon. Patreon? Dave said Patreon, and I read Patreon out. the Preston job, not the Patreon job. Trying to do 10 things at once. Rotherham versus Cheltenham. Rotherham suffering from the postponement, but look at the top there. 50, 51, 51, 52. Anyone could be top by the end of the day, couldn't it? Tremendous. Shrewsbury versus Bolton. Sunderland versus Pompey. How about that for a big game in League One? And Wigan versus Gillingham. So look, anything could happen at the top of League One. It's that tight. What normally happens in League One is they all take it in turns, don't they, to go top, and then finally we get the solution at the end of the day. Manchester United have come out in some very fetching Adidas bomber jackets. I'm sure they're going to fly off the shelf, and there's going to be a ton of money made out of those. They look really nice, don't they? As Lascelles brings out the Newcastle players. Right, let's have a look. Former Swans player, Selena. Yeah, it's really too good for League One. And yeah, Backinson in on the bench for Ipswich, having joined on loan from Bristol City, with a glowing endorsement from from Nige. It makes me laugh. Brilliant. What else are we saying in here? Patreon well worth it for the roundtables, absolutely. Plymouth Oxford tied on everything. Maybe that's why the green numbers flashed out there. Can't be separated. Well, they're not going to be tied by the end of the day. Or might they be? Unless we get equal head-to-head. Ellis, Diaz. Is that confirmed now, Ellis? Have the Chilean international FA, whatever, not sanctioned that? Surely they could have let him go a day late, couldn't they? There we go. Sorry if it was my fault, Dave. Trying to read 20 things at once. Hey, Jonathan, I'm on good. Welcome. Swindon 1, Bristol Rovers 1. Thank you, Chris. That's a full time. Right. Let's play first goal. Where do you think the first goal is going to be? In which stadium? My hint is it's normally in League One, I have to say. So first goal in the 3 p.m. Let me give you some options and you can have your bet. Where do you think it's going to be? And this is where I can't name half of the stadiums. Will it be at the Brentford Community Stadium, or Elland Road, or Old Trafford, or St Mary's? There you go. I can do all the Premier League ones. Will it be at the Trillion Trophy Asia Stadium, or should we just call it St Andrews? Bloomfield Road, Vitality, CBS, Select Car Leasing, Bramall Lane, Bet365, which I'm contractually not allowed to say, but I've just said it, so I'll shut up very, very quickly. Will it be at the Swansea.com Stadium? Is that what it's called now? Or the Hawthorns? Let me know where you think the first goal is going to be. Will it be at the Pirelli? Will it be at the Abbey? Will he be at the Valley? Portman Road? What's the MK Dons Stadium called? Can't remember. What's it called? Oh, for God's sake. I live just down the road from it. There we go. The MK Super Bowl Arena. Will it be at the Kassam at Oxford? What's Plymouth Stadium's called? Home Park? Will it be at the New York Rotherham? Shrewsbury's not called Gay Meadow anymore, is it? I don't think it has been for years. Will it be at Sunderland, Roker Park? I'm just going to say all the old names now. Or will it be at Wigan? What's Wigan called? Is it still DW or something else? Deary me. Right. Where will the first goal be? Actually, this will be fun. Now I'll translate your stadiums into the team. There you go. It's going to be at Stoke, West Brom, Bournemouth, Cov, Rotherham. Some of my mates travelled down to Ipswich. Hope you battered them. There you go. I'm sure, Ellis, you want them to have a lovely time, the Accrington fans. Good luck to them, I tell you. I've done that journey before, in Ipswich to Accrington. To be fair, I haven't done Ipswich to Accrington. I did. God, where was I living then? I think, did I do here to Accrington? I did do Aylesbury to Accrington. I can't remember, or London Colney when I lived there. There we go. Right, let's click all your predictions up. It is 3 p.m. So let's get these clicked up before. There we go. Before the first game. So in the games we're covering in the Premier League, Championship and League One, where do you think the first goal is going to come today? I like that. I can't do the Alex Turner accent. You're not from New York City. You're from Rotherham. There you go. What song is that? Arctic Monkeys. I can't remember. Someone tell me the title of that song. Greetings, Stephen, and channel legend Stephen and channel legend Luca. They're at the stadium I'm not supposed to name. Good luck. Good luck wherever you're watching your football today. If you're checking in after the fact. We got a goal in League Two, so it doesn't count towards any of our predictions there. It's Mansfield. In fact, look, let me move my phone down so I don't have to stretch up there. Fake Tales of San Francisco. Doom, jang, doom, doom, gang, gang. I remember it. Fake Tales. I used to love that album. Don't want to see you. Let me out. Whatever the words are. Good tune. Afternoon, everybody. Welcome along to the Saturday Superstream. As at 3:02 p.m, we await the first goal in any of our games. They're all ticking along the bottom. Help me out with the ticker. I'll try and keep up as we go through the day. Reece Oates was the first goal scorer, but we don't cover League Two, do we? So Barrow 0, Mansfield 1. He's not quite on our radar as we await our first goal. Well, we do await. Please hit that like button. In fact, let's do the full extent of the pluggery. Get your comments in. Keep them coming. Keep that debate going. Hit the like button. If you hit the subscribe button, I think we will go over 20,400. Let me check on my phone. Or have we gone over it? I mean, it says 20,400 subscribers there. So hopefully we are all good for that. Shall I change it? I never like doing this because YouTube subs go up and down. I'm going to do it with the confidence that a few other of you are going to hit subscribe. There you go. 20.4K. Let's go for it. Let's see if we can get that number up during the show. So do hit that subscribe button and you can support via Super Chat and Super Stickers. We've already had a few and we've already had a goal in the Championship. And I had this as an away win, but it's the home side who've scored. And it's Stoke 1, Fulham 0. There's one for your Mitrovic and Wilson experiment. I believe Wycombe have also taken the lead at Morecambe. So we've already got action at the top of both divisions. Significant action. Fulham are losing. Wycombe are winning. DiMaggio Wright Phillips is the goal scorer. And I believe Fulham have equalised within 1 minute. Don't wind up Fulham at the moment. We'll await confirmation on that one. But I think, Stoke had the brass neck to take the lead. And I think Fulham have, the goal machine has immediately kicked into gear. Akinfenwa, a rare start for him, has scored for Wycombe. So we'll check Rodrigo Muniz has immediately equalised. So Wright Phillips got the opener for Stoke and Muniz immediately equalised. Akinfenwa has scored for Wycombe. Don't wind up Fulham. Bristol City did that, didn't they? They took the lead twice. And then Fulham beat them 6-2. By the way, I think if my numbers are correct, that's goal number 71 of the season for Fulham. Let's just bring up the live league table, which I don't think is quite live yet. And it's certainly going to have a little update to it in a minute because you're about to see, look down at number 20, Reading are about to go up. Well, not about to go up any places, but they're about to go up 3 points. Reading have taken the lead. It's Reading 1, Huddersfield 0. It took us a while to get goals in the Superstream last week. It was like 11 minutes or something. And Lucas Shaw has scored for Reading, and surely the Royals fans are going to be very, very pleased to have him back. Reading 1, Huddersfield 0. Sofa score is a bit sticky today, but I think they're up to date now. So Reading will go on to 25 points. As things stand, they are 5 points clear of relegation. Remember that live league table has given Peterborough a point, though, and they're away at West Brom, so it might be 6. Who knows? Lucas Shaw is the goal scorer for Reading at the Select Car Leasing Stadium against Huddersfield. Fulham, no change really. Same as it would be if it was 0-0, but it's 1-1. 71 goals now. And we did the countdown. Manchester City top with 108. Then Bolton second with 100. And then who was on 99? I think Reading 2005, 2006. So that's what they're aiming at. I think that's the top 3. And another goal in the Championship. Coventry 1, QPR 0. Absolute flying start. By the way, who won first goal? If you had Stoke as where that first goal was coming from, which is always a safe bet wherever Fulham are playing, isn't it? Although it wasn't them who scored the first goal, it should be said. You would have won. Coventry 0, QPR 1. Andre Gray has scored. And I think we should probably go straight back to the live Championship League table. Because where is that going to leave QPR? Look at that. 2 points off Blackburn. And remember, Blackburn do not play until Monday. Neither do Middlesbrough. So QPR really putting pressure on West Brom there to keep the chase up. And Blackburn. We'll see what Bournemouth and Fulham can come out with on top, although they've got a little bit of a cushion in there. So plenty of goals so far. It's Stoke 1, Fulham 1, Morecambe 0, Wickham 1, Reading 1, Huddersfield 0, Coventry 0, QPR 1. Goodness me. Wow. What a start in the Championship. What do I do for getting the first goal celebration? Might get... Everyone endorsed Ross's decision. He should definitely get a takeaway. Go on, Ross. Up the Ross. Harry, my darling, we love your comments here, but please don't fill the chat with Millwall chants. You give us the old meal, but yeah, the chat gets full, Harry, very, very quickly, my friend. But give us a meal every now and then. But we don't need to hear the whole of no one likes us. We don't care. I don't think. But we love having you here, Harry. And we love Millwall as well. That's just Mill. Well done, Harry. Up the Mill. Right. Plenty of goals so far. Really big start. And we think Ross should definitely get a takeaway tonight for winning the first goal competition. So, lay of the land. In fact, I'll bring it up on SofaScore. Actually, I'm not going to, because Huddersfield have equalised and Wednesday have taken the lead. So Huddersfield have equalised and Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead. That's a big game for Sheffield Wednesday against Oxford in League One. And Huddersfield have equalised. What is going on, guys? Absolute glut. Wigan have now taken the lead. It's all going on at the top of League One. Let me just... absolute glut of goals. 3 in the space of about 10 seconds then. They're absolutely flying in today. It's going to be a fun one on the Superstream. Reading 1, Huddersfield 1. There is an equaliser for Daniel Sinani. Barry Bannon has scored for Wednesday. We'll have a look at the League One, the live table there, because Wigan scored as well. It's Wigan 1, Gillingham 0. Let me just run through those goals again. Sinani equalised for Huddersfield against Reading. Bannon has given Wednesday the lead against Oxford. We're awaiting the Wigan goal scorer, but they also lead. Is it Will Keane? Thank you, Anir. He's on fine form, Will Keane. Ipswich couldn't get him on the pitch, but hey, this is what happens when a player leaves Ipswich, doesn't it? Oh, I don't want to perpetuate those type of myths, but what you're going to do. Right. I'm not going to go to the Championship table. I'm going to go to the League One league table now because 3 teams up the top there are already winning. There we go. So Wycombe lead. They're going to go on to 55. Wigan lead as well. Pressure on, it's Sunderland Pompey today. Pressure on Sunderland and Rotherham being put on early doors by Wycombe and Wigan. And Wednesday, if they beat Oxford today, tie up on, is that correct? I'm not sure that's correct, is it? Wednesday, 11:33:43. Oh, no, it's 42. Yeah, okay. I think it is correct. So Oxford will tie up with Sheffield Wednesday. Goodness me, a strong start by the Swans, said Steve. Matthew, baggies are coming soon up the Albion. Matt, not quite Jeff Stelling, but cancel my Sky subscription, so this will do. Well, I think there might be a compliment in there. Obviously, I'd love to be like Jeff Stelling, who's brilliant. But remember, I've got a pair of earphones in and a couple of screens, and Jeff Stelling is Sky Sports production. But thank you. I think there's a compliment in there somewhere. We will take it. Blues and Hatters fairly even, says Stephen. There you go. Big BB, better than Stelling, says Marco. Not sure about that, but we enjoy it here on the Saturday Super Stream. Plenty of goals going in. Let's just give you a full screen of where they have gone in. Earlier in the day, hopefully we've got the ticker all lined up there. Earlier in the day, it was Everton 0, Villa 1. No goals in the Premier League yet. The 12:30s in the Championship ended 3-2 to Bristol City over Cardiff and 2-1 to Forest over Derby. The only goals so far in the Championship is Coventry 0, QPR 1, Andre Gray. Reading 1, Huddersfield 1, Sinani and Zhao. Stoke 1, Fulham 1. Wright, Phillips and Muniz. And all go in League One, especially at the top. Wycombe took the lead through Akinfenwa. Wednesday took the lead through Bannon. And Wigan took the lead through Will Keane. There we go. Leeds looking good. Birmingham, not so. Bit too open, says, or rather, sorry, I don't want to misrepresent what he said there. The game's a bit too open. So there we go. What happened in the Fulham game? 2 goals very early, Sam, in that one. I think Stoke scored and Fulham pretty much went straight up the other end and equalised. Little bit of a lull now in proceedings. Plenty of goals going in early on. Please hit the like button. If you are enjoying the show, please hit the subscribe button too as well. 2 quick goals for Solihull Moors as well, and for Andrew Dallas. He's put them 2-0 up. Luton looking good so far at Bramall Lane. Let me know if you're listening on the radio or watching by whatever means you're watching today, how your team is getting on. A little bit of a lull since that Will Keane goal, but to be fair, we did have 3 in a row. We can play first goal in the Premier League as well. We've got 3 games. Where is the first goal going to come? Is it going to come at Brentford, Leeds, or Manchester? Let me know. Oh, Reading, what are you doing? Reading did lead. They are now 2-1 down. It's Reading 1, Huddersfield 2. Reading, who seem to be slipping over every banana skin put in front of them at the moment, had the lead and now are 2-1 down. Reading 1, Huddersfield 2. We will find out who that goal scorer is any second. I'll quit guessing while I'm ahead. There we go. 4-0 to get the first goal in the Premier League. Old Trafford, Leeds, Brentford, Leeds. There we go. Let's see. We've gone back to Emma at the Select Car Leasing. We'll hopefully be able to find out who the second goal scorer is for Huddersfield imminently. It's Reading 1, Huddersfield 2. Danny Ward, who's not in bad form, actually, is he? Danny Ward. Getting on a bit, but how many goals has he scored this season? Harrogate 1, Oldham 0. I'm a bit concerned that I missed another goal as that went in. My phone can't keep up with all the notifications. Bless it. Hopefully it wasn't important, whatever flashed up on my phone seconds ago. Danny Ward is the goal scorer. Marshall having a blinder at the moment, says Dave. Just made a double save. QPR are leading in that one, but it sounds like Coventry are putting on some pressure. Welcome along, David. Morgan Feeney own goal has given Nottingham Forest green. I see the word Forest, and I made the wrong assumption there. Harrogate 1, Oldham 0. Jack Muldoon is the goal scorer in that one. A little bit of a glut, but we've slowed down since then. Plenty of goals, though, and plenty of action so far. Lots of pressure being put on at the top of League One. Wickham lead and Wigan lead as well there. So Sunderland and Rotherham have got it to do. Dan, Preston dominating at Swansea. Hopefully Reece can score and we can get him on a little run of goals. New goalie bounce at QPR. Yeah. How is Senegal getting on, by the way, in AFCON? When is Dieng going to be back? Oh, dear. Ipswich 0, Accrington 1 on 15 minutes. Ipswich go behind. I'll place a bet with you that Colby Bishop is the goal scorer, but we'll find out any second. Kieran McKenna having to earn his money now as Ipswich manager. Hamilton is the goal scorer. iFollow has told me Ipswich are behind. Ethan Hamilton on 15 minutes gives Stanley the lead. Do I reckon if managers are good friends and one has done well and they play the other, they talk tactics? I think they do, don't they? I think managers have a kind of acknowledgement that everyone's noticing everything and being reported everything anyway. Senegal, Cape Verde on Tuesday. Is that a knockout game? London W4. You would assume Senegal are pretty hot favourites, aren't they? Shea made an amazing save at Bramall Lane for Luton by the sounds of it. Things have slowed down in the goal stakes. Yeovil have just taken the lead against Wrexham. That goal that I didn't particularly want to hear about at Portman Road, our most recent one. Still plenty of developing stories. We're just hearing from JD Dyer about that at St Andrews. Oh, no goal, in fact, at St Andrews. It's Birmingham 0, Barnsley 0. I think the Blues fans protesting today, weren't they, at Birmingham Sports Holdings Limited and how they're running the club. Sensible from the Birmingham fans. I don't think they're bringing it into the game. It was all done outside before the game. So not necessarily getting in the heads of the players, so to speak. This is a Saturday Superstream, guys. Please help me out, and it really does help out. Firstly, get your comments in, get that debate flowing, and get your reactions to everything that's happening, and your predictions as well. They're always fun. Let's keep that chat moving, and the best football discussion, hopefully on YouTube. Fingers crossed. Please hit the like button. That really, really helps me out. I can see loads of you are watching at the moment, which is tremendous. But if you hit that like button, hopefully we'll come up in a few more people's feeds, and also hit the subscribe button. We are over, we think, 20,400. But YouTube does funny things with subscriber numbers. They go up and down. There you go. think we've gone up 2, so that's good news. But please do hit the subscribe button. You can contribute as well via Super Chat and Super Stickers. This will always be free, however, on YouTube. If you do want to support me regularly and what we do here, you can do so on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Prefer that when you can just see the photo rather than the back of the frame. Let's move that. My lovely missus and daughter. Right. Owen, now Forest have won. What should I do? I think celebration takeaways are the order of the day, aren't they? So do that. Someone answered Jonathan there. Cheese toasty or cheese on toast or cheese toasty. There is a key difference, isn't there? Phil, starting to look very grim for Reading if they lose today, don't you think, Ben? Yes, yeah. I think we're in grimmer territory, Phil, aren't we? It's already grim, and it could get grimmer, doesn't it? Hit the like button. Yes, Bardan. I absolutely agree with that. Ian, 18 minutes in, Miller's on top, nothing clear cut. That is Rotherham in League One. I've forgotten who they're playing, but the ticker, look at this, right on time, hopefully. Right on time is going to tell me when I want the ticker to tick fast, it doesn't. There you go, Rotherham versus Charlton. There you go. All opinions are allowed, but in consecutive comments there, cheese toasty and then cheese on toast. Mick in at Reading. Hey, you never know. Speaking of Reading, things have just got better. They've literally just equalised as we are talking about them. It's Reading 2, Huddersfield 2. Hell of a game going on there. 4 goals within the first quarter. Will there be 16 goals in the game? I doubt it. I'm sure it will calm down. But that's what we're on for if things continue. Oh, and Wigan have gone 2-0 up as well. Wigan they're a good side under Liam Richardson in League One, aren't they? We'll have a look at the top of the League One table, but both Wigan and Wickham are leading already. Stephen Humphreys scored for Wigan, and we'll find out who scored for Reading. George Puskas. There you go. I said he's not too popular, did I? Didn't I, rather, at Reading? But he scored today. So Humphreys for Wigan. That puts them 2-0 up against Gillingham. And 4 goals already at Reading. And George Puskas has got the 4th to make it 2-2. Let's go to the top of that League One table. Wigan are 2-0 up and looking like winning, frankly, aren't they? 54 points for them as things stand. Wickham are also leading. So it's all to do Sunderland and Rotherham to respond now. They're in League One. Let's have a look at the live championship table. Not much is really moving, given that we've had multiple goals in 3 games, which have put us right back where we were when it was 0-0, obviously, with 1 point added on. So it's only QPR, really, who are on the move at the moment. And, yeah, they don't really move anywhere other than 2 points closer to Blackburn, who play on Monday night. It's Blackburn versus Borough. Keep the comments coming in. Daryl, thank you so much, you legend. £5 on the super chat. Keep right on. Birmingham City there. Birmingham playing Barnsley today. Thank you very much, Daryl. Very, very kind indeed. Preston dominating. Nope, says Steve. I'm just recounting what's put in the chat. All opinions are allowed unless they cross certain lines. What is going on? Reading 2, Huddersfield 3. We're 25 minutes in. Reading 2, Huddersfield 3. We could be on for some kind of record, couldn't we, here? Reading 2, Huddersfield 3. 5 goals in the space of 25 minutes. Complete mad one at Reading, and Huddersfield lead again. Incredible stuff. Ipswich 1, Accrington 1. I'm supposed to say neutral, so I will not express my pleasure at that goal. Ipswich have equalised. Ipswich 1, Accrington 1. Jeff Stelling doesn't stay neutral, does he? He goes mental when Hartlepool score. There we go. We'll do it out of respect for any Accrington fans watching. Rotherham 1, Cheltenham 0. It is really all go at the top of League One, isn't it? Rotherham have now joined the party and taken the lead. Wes Burns has scored the goal for Ipswich. We will find out who has scored for Rotherham and also who has scored for Huddersfield, the 5th goal in that game. It's not coming up yet on my TV screen, but I'm sure we'll find out very, very shortly. There you go, John. Smith gets Miller's on top, so I'm assuming Michael Smith is the goal scorer. There we go. Ian's at the game, so we'll definitely take his word for it. There we go. David, thank you very, very much. £2 super chat, and he is behind the protests there. Birmingham Sports Holdings Limited. As a lot of our Birmingham friends and subscribers are. Thank you, David, for the super chat. Did Danny Ward score again? What is going on in that game? Absolutely insane game going on there. Danny Ward is on a hat-trick as well. A Tom Carroll assist. There we go. He hasn't been in the team yet for Ipswich. Almost like Ipswich have got a squad with way too many players of similar abilities, isn't it? But Tom Carroll in there and getting an assist from what we are hearing from the chat. Have Huddersfield and Reading decided to field 10 strokes? I don't know what's going on. It'll be when I look back at my predictions and realise I probably put 0-0 for that game or something ridiculous. So what's gone on at Reading? Richard, nasty clash of heads between Mattis Jensen and Rico Henry. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And we heard about a double substitution as well. So I assume they've both gone off. Not good. A huge mistake by Southwood, who dropped the ball for Ward to have a tap in. Not good. Both players out. Yeah, we hope they're okay. Rico Henry. And who was it? Was it Matt Jensen? Who was the other? Yeah, Mattis Jensen. Both players sub. So we hope they're okay. Obviously, they've got to do it with the... What happens with the concussion protocols then? Will they be allowed 2 extra subs for that or just the one? If it is a concussion issue. Pass. Barnsley hit the woodwork. Barnsley have 0 luck in front of goal. Salford 0. Colchester 1. I bet that's an ex-Ipswich player. Has put that goal in. Beans Colchester got about 7 of them. Thoughts on Ericsson to Brentford? Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? He may not be able to play at the level he used to. Brentford are virtually Danish, aren't they? So in he comes. Be great to see him back. Looks like a broken nose for Jensen. Not good. Not good. Have I seen the Blues post? I haven't seen it, but I'm well aware of it. So hopefully that stayed peaceful and effective outside the game for Blues. Insurance on Ericsson would be enormous. Yeah, I mean, it's enormous on most players anyway, isn't it? A friend of mine can tell you all about that. Football players being insured. Because he does it for a living. I said, I bet it would be an ex-Ipswich player who scored for Colchester. It was former Ipswich captain and multiple hundreds of appearances under his belt, Luke Chambers. There you go. Couldn't have been more Ipswich, could it, Annie? Anyway, I tell people off when they make it all about their team. That funny football fan 1 degree of separation thing. I could hold up this remote control and someone would make it about the team they support in some way. Caleb, I was new to your channel and wondering which team you support. I've just been banging on about them. There's a scarf hanging on the wall and a picture of Paul Mariner up there and shirts from their history. So, yeah, I'm an Ipswich fan, Caleb, for my sins. So we're coming up half an hour in most of our games. Let's do a sweep of the goals so far. None in the Premier League. In the Championship, there are plenty, although most of them are at Reading. I don't know what's going on at Reading. So it is Coventry 0, QPR 1, Reading 2, Huddersfield 3, Stoke 1, Fulham 1. So we have the novelty of 8 goals in the Championship, but only 3 games in our 3 p.m. kickoffs have got goals in. 5 at Reading, ridiculously. In League One, Ipswich 1, Stanley 1, Morecambe 0, Wycombe 1, Oxford 0, Wednesday 1, Rotherham 1, Cheltenham 2. Sorry, Rotherham 1, Cheltenham 0. And I was going to then read Wigan 2, Gillingham 0. But I conflated the 2 scores together. Deary me. Joe, Cov playing well against us, and he's a QPR fan by the sounds of it. Can easily see them grabbing an equaliser. Oh, God, I don't want to see that then. Hopefully they're okay. Jensen and Henry. There we go. There's some TV remote. That's quite good, actually. I'll give my rules the win on that one. That's how Fulham control games. I like it. I like it a lot. Both concussion subs. Okay. So Brentford will be allowed another 3 subs, of course, under the new... What's the word I'm looking for? Begins with P. Protocol. Plymouth 1, Lincoln 0. Seems like every team in the top 6, 8 are winning now or starting to win in League One. Plymouth now have the lead. We'll check the top of League One in just a sec. Colchester have gone 2-0 up, and Miles Kenlock, an ex-Ipswich player, has of course scored. Do you know Colchester can now field an entire ex-Ipswich 11? Well, this brings back memories. It's a Saturday Superstream favourite. Luke Jeffcott has scored for Plymouth. He's been prolific in our shows, hasn't he? And he's got one for Plymouth today. Ben holds up that remote. It can be his hip switch. Nice. Very, very nice too. What's my take on the Ovi Ejaria situation? What do you mean the situation, Tom? I think he's a good player, Ovi Ejaria. Something there, isn't there? Very good dribbler as well. Birmingham game paused because of a drone above the field. Dear oh me. Right, we've just had 2 goals fly in the Championship. There'll be no surprises for me telling you one of the teams that have scored, because it's Fulham have scored the 72nd goal, 72, the 72nd goal of their season. It's Stoke 1, Fulham 2. Good news for Fulham at the top of the table. I'm pretty sure another goal flew in at Birmingham. Yes, it did. Anel Hernandez has scored for Birmingham. Birmingham 1, Barnsley, who are really on a fast train to relegation, the way their season is going. They're well bottom. If you take out the fact Derby have been, I might say well bottom, they're comfortably the worst team in the league in terms of on-pitch results when you take the Derby 21-point deduction out of things. I think we've got all of those scores up to date on the ticker. Fulham. Anyone got the Fulham goal scorer? Who was it? Fabio Carvalho. Thank you, the Blades way. And Onel Hernandez has scored for Birmingham. So we should get a bit of movement in the Championship table. We'll check that. Guess who scored for Plymouth? Yeah, right. A Superstream favourite, Luke Jeffcott. Now, here's your latest Championship League table with... sorry, you ain't going to be able to read that, are you? I can make it really... no, you can't see the bottom. There you go. This is the best one. So, Fulham, as things stand, are going 7 points clear. Obviously, if Bournemouth were to score, that would revert to 5. But as things stand, looking very, very good for Fulham. And 72 goals scored. They're actually below average. I think it's something like 2.6 per game. So they are below the average, but they are still cracking the goals in. By the way, if they keep up with their average, they're going to score 120 goals this season. I think it's 123 actually was the projection, but yeah, sensational stuff. Have a look down the bottom. Well, 17th to be specific. Birmingham are, as things stand, going 2 points ahead of Swansea, who obviously can catch that up were they to take the lead against Preston. That's about the state of things with those recent goals in the Championship. Sad Carvalho will be leaving at the end of the season. Can they get the deal done? I wonder. What's the record number, Phil? Well, it's funny you should ask, Phil, because we made a whole video about it. I've gone back to 92-93 and Manchester City 108 are the record. The only other 100 club team is Bolton in 96-97 who got 100. And I think then it's, let me get this now. Do you know what? I've got it written down on my pad from when I did the research. I think then it's Reading with 99 and Bournemouth with 98. Do you know what? I've got all the teams written down, haven't even got the numbers. So there you go. More fool me, but they're getting on that list, aren't they? For sure. Mike, am I right? Mitra and Wilson would be back for next Saturday as per COVID protocol. So, well, we know for a fact that they didn't have COVID on Tuesday night last week. But yeah, look, I mean, it's only 5 days now, apparently, but they could have got it 2 days ago as well, couldn't they? So you would think they'd be back, even with a 7-day absence. If they got it on the Friday, they could be back. Outstanding. Thank you, Phil. Go and check the video out. Carvalho has got 20 years less on the clock than Jagielka. Good luck keeping up with him. QPR will become second. Riva, that's obviously an opinion. Could happen. And they're leading, aren't they? It'd be 4 wins on the trot for Rangers as well. Newport, 15 shots to 1 against Scunthorpe. I assume that means that Scunthorpe lead then in that one. Who needs Mitrovic? Indeed. Another 2 goals in for Fulham before half-time. The pattern for Fulham has been the sort of, 30 minutes to 45. They're scoring 4 goals in that, or 3 or 4 goals in that 15 minutes for most of the last few games. Incredibly. Looks like Muniz had the last touch. If that's the case, that'll be his second then, won't it, Mike? And he's on a hat-trick, if that is the case. Danny Ward is also on a hat-trick for Huddersfield, who are in a ridiculous game. 3-2 against Reading within 25 minutes. Willock with the assist today. Definitely stepped up in Chair's absence. Well, I don't see any difference, Dave. He's just been very good for a long time now, Willock, hasn't he? But, yeah. Without Chair's output, he needed to just keep it going, didn't he? Something going on at Brentford. Yeah, so Brentford, there's apparently a drone being flown above the pitch. Right, here's an interesting goal at the top of League One. We'll guess that it's Cole Stockton. Oh, a very interesting moment, in fact. Morecambe have scored against Wickham and Sunderland took the lead in the same minute there. A very good minute for Sunderland and not a good minute for Wycombe at the top of League One. Let's get both of those goals updated on our good old ticker. But it's going to be all changed. It's not Cole Stockton. It's Anthony O'Connor has got the goal for Morecambe. And Sunderland took the lead in the same minute. Elliot Embleton was the goal scorer there. So it's going to be all changed up at the top of League One. I've just spotted that Luton have taken the lead as well at Sheffield United. I did promise. No, they haven't. Disallowed. There you go. So we've got nothing to report there. There you go. So Wycombe, in the space of about 10 seconds, dropped from the top of League One down to 4th. It is so tight up there. Look, 54, 54, 53, 53. Everybody's winning except Wycombe. What on earth is going to be the points total at the top of League One? How many teams are going to have over 80 or 84 points? Even higher, maybe this season. They're all winning, aren't they? Goodness me. Hopefully that ticker is up to date. Do let me know what's going on down there. Ryan is at Bloomfield Road. The square root of nothing has happened. Thank you for the update, Ryan. Brilliant. Thanks for checking in. Ryan's always good value for Blackpool. More goals in League One. Cambridge lead against Crewe. You've got to take your hats off to Cambridge, haven't they? Up into League One this season, and really viable side in the middle of the table there are Cambridge, aren't they? A very cultural away day as well for the fans who can go and visit the colleges and the churches in the middle of Cambridge, or will they just go to the pub? What's the Brentford admin up to, Annie? Quote the tweet for us. Alfonso, last time Wardy got a hat-trick was at Watford in his first spell, a 4-0 win with a team already on the beach. Oh, we're going to get a lot of that at the end of the season. We love to report some on the beachery. So Cambridge, I think that table's updated up to 13th, nearly in the top half of League One. Tremendous work from Cambridge. We thought we had a goal. Adam May was the goal scorer for Cambridge. It was Embleton for Sunderland. Who scored for Morecambe? It was O'Connor, wasn't it? Let me make sure I've got all of this written down. Andrew Dallas is going to be our hero of the day. He's got 4 goals in the first half for Solihull. That's incredible. QPR 17 points off. Better off than they were at this stage last season. And probably the most surprising goal of the day has just gone in. MK Dons 0, Doncaster 1. We didn't see that coming, did we? But Doncaster, who are sort of abject bottom of the league in League One, and MK are at home and in the playoff spots. And Doncaster have taken the lead. How about that? Didn't see that one coming. Joe Dudu is the goal scorer of a pretty surprising goal for Doncaster there. Am I dreaming? Doncaster are winning? No. Oh dear. Well, indeed. Don't know if Muniz and Mitro would work along with 2 wingers. Nice problems to have, isn't it, if they're worried about that? But yeah, I think we know who the first choice striker is there. You are absolutely not going to believe this. I'll just wait and see if it confirms. There's been 6 goals in one half of a championship game, and Fulham are not involved. Reading 3, Huddersfield 3. I don't really know what to say. 6 goals in one half, and it's 3-3. Incredible game going on between Reading and Huddersfield. I can't even remember the order of the goals. I think it's something like Reading, Huddersfield, Huddersfield, Reading, Huddersfield, Reading. I think that is how it's gone. Walsall 0, Exeter 1. Michael Morrison, I'll assume, has scored from a set play because he's a big strapping centre half, isn't he? And how about that? Reading 3, Huddersfield 3. Who'd have thunk it? An incredible first half there. Have I got it updated? Yes, I have. Timothy Dieng was the goal scorer for Exeter at Walsall. Reading, I don't know what's going on, guys. You've all got to the point where everyone's just laughing now at this Reading Huddersfield game. What's the record for goals in a match? Remember, we did have a 5-5, didn't we? Between... Who was that between? Villa and Forest, wasn't there? A 5-5. When Wigan scored 8 against Hull, did Hull score? I don't think it was. It 8-0? I can't remember. But there we go. Reading, can't remember the last time we scored 3 goals. It's been a while, and John Swift not scoring any of them. Can we have some of that? What's in the air at Reading? Yeah, goodness me. Cambridge United at one time had Steve Claridge and Dion Dublin, and Gary Rout was in that team as well, wasn't he? Was this my 0-0? I don't think so. I think I had Millwall and Blackpool as the 0-0, didn't I? Oh, yes, good point. 4-5 Leeds Birmingham, wasn't there? Preston beat Leeds 6-4. 5-5 Bristol City and Hull, yes. St Mirren have had a 6-6. Oh, yeah, a 5-4. I remember that. Fulham and Sheffield United. So we don't think we can beat 10 goals then. But there's been 6 in one half here. I only ever go back to 92, 93. 7-6 in the 50s. Yeah. So if we go back to the start of the Premier League era, we think it's probably 10, isn't it? Andy's just got back from the Forest game. Commiserations, Andy. Bigger fish to fry off the pitch, of course, for Derby at the moment, we hope. Oh, there you go. There's one that beats it. Not a league game, but 7-5, I remember. That's a crazy game, wasn't it? Russell. Reading have conceded 14 goals in the last 4 games. 14 in 4, not good. That's Fulham-esque, that. Let me know when your half times come in. Are they still on a hold at Brentford? It just says latest. The clock is not ticking. And yeah, I hope this doesn't set a precedent for imbeciles flying drones above games. But yes, if everything is being stopped, lots of half times coming in. Well, we think 12 is our winner, but certainly in championship terms, in the Premier League era, we can't beat 10 goals. Well, no one's been able to. Oxford won. Sheffield Wednesday won. Big game, that one, just on the edges of the playoffs. Oxford have just equalised just before half-time. Our Wednesday friends will be annoyed about that, as will Darren Moore, the manager there. It's Oxford 1, Wednesday 1. Let's see what that does to the league table. Have they updated? They haven't updated. Oh, yes, they have. So it restates that 3-point gap. Don't be fooled, by the way. For some reason, SofaScore has got 5 playoff places in there. Oxford are not in a playoff place, but Wednesday, in terms of their playoff chase, it's a direct rival, isn't it? Matty Taylor has scored for Oxford. Can someone smart me up in the chat? How many goals has he scored this season? Actually, do you know what? I'm not literally on the League One screen. So let's just have a look at the marksmen in League One. Ross Stewart's got 18. Stockton and Smith, 16 and 14. Will Keane has scored today, hasn't he? So has Smith, actually. So Smith will go on to 15. Keane on to 13. Ironside, Bonne, Twine. Twine's a midfielder, for goodness sake. I know it says forward there. He's an inside forward, isn't he? Wide forward, number 8. Wide 8. I don't know. Inverted forward, whatever you want to call him. So, yeah, Matty Taylor is on that list there. He goes up to 11 for the season. So, well done to him. Huddersfield have had 16 shots in the first half. 16. Deary me. Oh, God, yeah. We're talking about the 10-1. That Boxing Day was ridiculous. Have you seen all the results? The 10-1 was, not even an outlier, was it? That day. James, at the game, fairly equal. Need a second to kill the game off. Barnsley still in this. Birmingham lead there. Birmingham 1-0 up. Half-time at Elland Road. Right. More than West Brom. Is that the shot count? Ian is at Rotherham as well. All Rotherham apart from one. Alfie May. Half chance. What am I going to do, Phil? What am I going to do, brother? Right. Let's go through all of the halftime scores. And for my sins, I'm going to take a break as well for 2 minutes very soon. But don't go anywhere. Go make a cup of tea or what have you. So it's earlier in the day, it was Everton 0, Villa 1. Emi Buendia with a brilliant header from a corner there. Glanced that one in. Then there's no goals in the Premier League. Leeds 0, Newcastle 0, Man United 0, West Ham United 0. Brentford Wolves has been interrupted now for, I don't know if someone could tell me in the chat, 25 minutes because of this, some imbecile flying a drone above the game. Hopefully they will get the necessary slap on the wrists there. In the Championship, 2 early games, Bristol City 3, Cardiff 2, and Forest 2, Derby 1. In the half times here in the 3 p.m s, it's Birmingham 1, Barnsley 0, Blackpool 0, Millwall 0, Bournemouth 0, Hull 0, Coventry 0, QPR 1, Grey. I'm not going to tell you all 6 of the goals. I know there's multiple goal scorers there. Danny Ward's got 2, hasn't he? But it's Reading 3, Huddersfield 3. Mental game there, 3-3 at half time. Woof. Sheffield United 0, Luton 0. I think Luton had a goal disallowed in that one, possibly. Stoke 1, Fulham 2. Stoke led early through Wright Phillips in that one. He's really catching the eye, isn't he, DiMaggio Wright Phillips? But Muniz, can someone confirm, was it Muniz and Carvalho, or did Muniz get the final touch on the Carvalho goal as well? We'll find out who eventually gets credit for that goal. The Fulham fans won't care. They're 2-1 up and they're going 7 points clear at the moment with Bournemouth level against the Tigers of Hull. Swans 0, North End 0, Baggies 0, Posh 0. In League One, all go at the top of the table. And there was a point in the Superstream where Wycombe dropped from 1st to 4th, incredibly. That was simultaneously with a Sunderland goal as well. In fact, there's been so many goals. I could be wrong, and I don't want to be wrong. So I'm going to double check. It is Wigan that's top and not Sunderland at the moment. It's changed. So, yeah. So at the moment, Wigan and Sunderland are tied on 54 points with Rotherham and Wycombe on 53, just behind them. All of those sides are chasing 2 points per game. Wigan have only played 24 games as well. So in terms of points per game, Wigan are the strongest side there. Am I right in saying Rotherham have got 2 points per game as well as things stand? Sunderland and Wycombe just off it. So in League One, Burton 0, Wimbledon 0, Cambridge 1, Crewe 0, Charlton 0, Fleetwood 0, Ipswich 1, Stanley 1, MK 0, Doncaster 1 is a big surprise. Doncaster rock bottom, and they're winning at MK, who are a good side. Morecambe 1, Wycombe 1, and that dropped Wycombe 3 places, along with the Sunderland goal, of course. Oxford 1, Wednesday 1 on the edges of the playoffs. Both outside, though, if I've got my memory serving. Yes, it works. Plymouth 1, Lincoln 0. Plymouth currently 6th in the live league table, but they're tied on points with MK, so it's tight there. By the way, 7-point gap now as things stand between Wycombe and MK Dons. 4th and 5th place there. Rotherham 1, Cheltenham 0, Michael Smith. I think that's 15 for the season. Brilliant stuff from him. Shrewsbury 0, Bolton 0, Sunderland 1, Pompey 0. Important goal by, was it Embleton? Yes. Wigan 2, Gillingham 0. They are really, really doing the business. Is it illegal to fly a drone over a football ground? I suspect there's airspace stuff and, Yeah, I would suspect that it's not very legal in built-up areas to be flying a drone around, put it that way. So I don't know. I'm kind of speculating, but I'm sure that is the case. Fusion, good call. Let's get 100 likes. Can anyone tell me how many we've got? It doesn't appear on my screen. Right, there we go. It's halftime in the Saturday Superstream. What I am going to do is I'm going to quickly change the colour of the brand. I'm going to implore you, leave your phone on, your iPad on, your laptop on, your smart TV on with the Saturday Superstream on it. And I'm going to take a little 2-minute break and hopefully we can return imminently. So don't go anywhere. I'm going to take a little break, get your comments in and your questions in. We'll probably do some Q&A when we get back. So go for some questions. And I'll see all you guys in 2 minutes' time, okay? We'll be back very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, guys. I mean, you can, but make sure you come back because the stream will be returning in a couple of minutes. If you haven't already and you're not going anywhere, hit subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications on the Benjamin Bloom channel. Like this stream. Keep your comments coming. And if you want, you can give it a share. And what better place to go and share than over on Twitter, where you can find me at Benjamin Bloom. Lots of stuff goes down that feed. And if you ever need to contact me, the DMs are open. Forgive me, it might take a couple of days to get through all of them. At Benjamin Bloom on Twitter. You can also support us over at our Teespring store, www.benjaminbloommerch.store. Don't forget the 2 M's in a row. Buy yourself a t-shirt, a mug, phone case, hoodies, all sorts of good stuff over there. Great way to represent our community over here. If you do get something, make sure you send me a picture over on Twitter, in fact, and I will get that retweeted. You can also support over on Patreon, www.patreon.com/BenjaminBloom. A direct way to support my work here monthly. Get yourself a little bit of extra content each month. And thank you to everybody on Patreon. We really could not have got through what has been happening in the world without you. Before we return, get those comments filled up. Questions, topics, etc. And enjoy the rest of the stream. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Saturday Superstream. It is half-time in all of our games. All the scores are ticking along the bottom. Let's go to a little bit of Q&A in the comments. And we will get into it. What time is it? Normally about 4:05, the second half. Second half kicks off. Matthew, as an Albion fan, can someone tell me what this thing you keep speaking about is goals? Yeah, Albion are underperforming very much in the goal stakes, but Daryl DK has been brought to remedy that. We've got 91 likes, have we? I'll hit the like button. See if we can get up to 100. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Afternoon, Ben. Good to see Blues winning at halftime. Very nice too. Brentford Stadium close to Heathrow. Yeah, not a million. I mean, it's just massively built up there. It's literally, what road is that? Is that the A4 that goes right along there? It's mental to be flying that round there, isn't it? Kirk, what minute will Luton score their winner? He's confident. You tell me, Kirk. Prim, I think you need a license for a drone, so likely they will get caught. Yeah, exactly. And the entire world is watching that drone now, isn't it? Special license to fly in built-up areas, which will be gone now. Well, very, very much so. Lenny, hi, Ben. We're being battered 0-0. Bournemouth playing some great stuff, but pretty raceful. That said, we've defended really well. And Bournemouth need a goal, don't they, Lenny? Else Fulham are going 7 points clear at the top. 19 minutes added. Are they playing again at Brentford now? That is good news. Mike, Stoke can win this game. They are 2-1 down against the goal machine that is Fulham. But I assume Mike is watching by whatever means that he's good on Stoke normally, Mike. So, and a bit of a legend, actually. Actually, go and subscribe and plug your channel in there. Everton, too good to be considered for a relegation battle this season. And yes, they're better than the four that are below them, aren't they? And I just think it's going to be too low a tide for a couple of teams to sort of, pull them in. I think they'll be okay, won't they? But plug your channel in the chat. Ian, do I fancy Jeff Stelling's job? I don't think I might be about 1,000th choice to get Jeff Stelling's job, but it does feel like following Alex Ferguson into Manchester United there. He's just an iconic figure, isn't it? Obviously, wouldn't turn it down, though. Stefan. Thank you, Stefan. He always gives me a super chat. Remind us where you are, Stefan. It's like California or something. Watching Huddersfield and Reading play without a defensive presence. Interesting concept. I think every team should try it for at least one half per season. Adam, hi, mate. Much better down the Blues. It's what we've been missing, a bit of pace. Yeah, I can totally see with. I like Jutkiewicz, but he's not pacey. Deeney, well, it's physicality and brains, isn't it, with Deeney? And Hogan should just be running in behind and finishing, although the finishing bit's a bit lax. So I can totally understand Adam's point there. Aqua just got back from the Bristol City game. Oh, brilliant. Tell us more. Good win for Bristol City. There you go. Look, I like that. Come on Wednesday, come on Oxford. within 2 comments there. Brilliant stuff. Is the boat race today? I have absolutely no clue. Matthew, the chat will always tell you, though. Leicester have been playing without a defence for half of the season, let alone half of football. Yes, we've discussed this before, haven't we? Will, I know Hernandez looked good against Preston the other week. Good player. He's one of those, Anel Hernandez, where if he consistently utilised his God-given genetic gifts, he would be playing right at the top, wouldn't he? Because he's so fast and so direct. But yeah, it's just being able to regularly utilise that. And that's just the thing with really quick players, isn't it? It's when it works, it's unstoppable, but it's hard to work it in, isn't it? Let's keep the comments coming in. Brentford need to get the ball more to... Everyone boo Ralph for that. Get your thumbs downs in for Ralph for that terrible dad joke. I'll read it anyway. Ivan Droney. There we go. Right. Let me know when your second halves have kicked off. We got all the scores ticking along the bottom. We'll do a proper sweep in just a second. There you go. Some boos in for Ralph there, and that appalling dad joke there, which we all very much enjoyed. Scrappy moment. So O'Leary should have done better with Cardiff goals. Semenyo hit the post twice. Great day all round. Nice stuff. Right, let's do a complete sweep of where we are at halftime. It looks like we're kicking off in most games, and then hopefully we'll get some goals to tell you all about. Tell her about it. Right, Everton 0, Villa 1 earlier in the day. Brentford 0, Wolves 0, Leeds 0, Newcastle 0, Man United 0, West Ham 0. No goals in the Premier League, just a big drone disrupting everything. Saints versus Man City is on Sky Sports at 5:30. In the Championship, 2-12-30 games. Bristol City, which Aqua was just telling us about there, 1-3-2 against Cardiff. Forest 1-2-1 against Derby. Let us know if you're at either of those games and let us know your views. Of course, we'll do the review tomorrow. Actually, should say now, the review will be tomorrow at 5 because I've got to do Blue Monday afterwards. So it'll be a little bit earlier. So in the Championship, 3 p.m. So they're all half times now. In fact, the second halves have started in most of them. Birmingham 1, Barnsley 0, Blackpool 0, Millwall 0, Bournemouth 0, Hull 0, Coventry 0, QPR 1, Reading 3, Huddersfield 3. No, you are saying that correctly. Sheffield United 0, Luton 0, Stoke 1, Fulham 2, Swans 0, Preston 0, Baggies 0, Posh 0 in League 1. It was all go at the top of the table, wasn't it? Burton 0, Wimbledon 0, Cambridge 1, Crewe 0, Charlton 0, Fleetwood 0, Ipswich 1, Stanley 1, MK 0, Donny 1. Surprised by that one. Morecambe 1, Wickham 1, Oxford 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Plymouth 1, Lincoln 0, Rotherham 1, Cheltenham 0, Shrewsbury 0, Bolton 0, Sunderland 1, Pompey 0, Wigan 2, Gillingham 0. And as it stands, the top 4 in League 1, yes, I know there's games in hand to factor in, goes 54, 54, 53, 53, which is surely worth a woof, isn't it, for a beautifully tight league. Good fun in League 1, and we think we might get a high tide up at the top of the table. They're just all winning now, aren't they? Rotherham, Wigan, Wickham and Sunderland. Right, keep your comments coming in. Nat, enjoying a few beers, listening to Sir Ben Bloom. Thank you very much, Nat. I promise on my things to do list, Nat, every time I think of you, I've got pint glasses on it. I promise it's there. Just need to get my act together and put it on the merch store, don't I? We got a goal. And John Marquis, who once went to Pompey for like 2 million quid, didn't he? And scored for Lincoln. It's Plymouth 1, Lincoln 1, which opens the door possibly for Oxford or Sheffield Wednesday if one or other of those two can get their noses in front there. A Lincoln equaliser down at Plymouth. And we got a goal in the Championship at the Lane. Sheffield United 1, Luton 0. The Blades lead. Is it Billy Sharp? Can anyone let me know? We are 1 goal away from a big record for Billy Sharp. It's not. It's Ryan Brewster. Scored on 48 for the Blades. And Swansea have taken the lead against Preston. Swans 1, Preston 0. We'll await the goal scorer for Swansea, but Brewster has scored. Ryan Manning is the goal scorer, and knowing Russ Martin, he could be playing centre-back, left centre-back, or left wing-back. So who knows? Someone watching that game will tell us. But Ryan Manning has scored for the Swans, which probably gives me a chance to dive into the Championship League table. That should move the needle a little bit, those 2 goals, shouldn't it? So Swansea now tie up with Birmingham on 31. Blades there are going to go up to 11th on 36 as things stand. So not quite in the top 10 and stay where we are. Well, actually, the league table is not going to change, or is it? Is there a goal difference? No. Birmingham have just gone 2-0 up against Barnsley. Birmingham 2, Barnsley 0. And I mean, I'm sure Barnsley fans won't want us to, but let's focus on Barnsley for a second, because they look like they're going to lose again. It's just been such a bad season, hasn't it, for the Tykes? 2 wins in 25 games. They're on 14 points. Let me give you a projection for what Barnsley's total is going to be if this keeps up. 25 divided by 14 divided by 25. So they're at 0.56 points per game. So at the moment, Barnsley are projecting to finish on 25 points, which is just horrendously bad, isn't it? Scott Hogan, brother, is the goal scorer for Birmingham. And I believe Coventry have just equalised and Sheffield United have scored again. And I will say the same thing. Could it be the record-breaking goal for Billy Sharp? We've just had another 2 goals go in. Coventry have scored again. Jack Robinson. We're just awaiting this Billy Sharp goal now. But more importantly, and Billy Sharp would say the same thing, is win the game. Looks like they're going to. They're 2-0 up now, Sheffield United against Luton. Robinson scored, and Shipley, who I think is playing wing-back today for Coventry, has equalised. Coventry 1, QPR 1, which is good news for West Brom, if they could actually take the lead in their game. So Shipley and Robinson, a little glut of championship goals there, guys. Manning for Swansea, Brewster for Blades, Hogan for Birmingham, Shipley for Coventry, and Robinson for the Blades again, all scoring in the space of, 2-3 minutes there in the Superstream. Steve, having a lamb dinner. Beautiful. Have lamb again. Do it, Steve. You can have 2 in a row, can't you? Thank you for all the heads up on the goals. If anyone wants to rip their shirt up, Hogan style, he scored. Barnsley are a mess. Not good. Not good at all. And would love Cov to come up. So we have our derby. We haven't played them since 2012. Tough task for Coventry to get promoted. They're certainly pushing in the right direction. Goal of the round contender, apparently, from Shipley. I look forward to that. If we can actually make goal of the round down here a sensible vote and stop people just voting for the team they support, however good the goal is. Interesting, this one. Morecambe 1, Wickham 2, and at the same time, Gillingham have scored at Wigan as well. So a potentially very good moment there for Wickham. In fact, I'm pretty sure that will put them back to the top of the table. Jack Grimmer has scored. We're just awaiting the Gills goal scorer. Oh, man, I can't keep up. Right, Blackpool lead now against Millwall, and Charlton have also scored against Fleetwood. It's impossible to keep up now. Everything is... the goals are flying in. I need to head to League One and do some updating. Oh, my God. Reading 3, Huddersfield 4. So we are up to goal number 7 now. Reading 3, Huddersfield 4 in just an absurd game now. And sorry, an absurd couple of minutes. I'm literally going to have to scan down. So Blackpool have taken the lead against Millwall. Huddersfield have now gone 4-3 up at Reading, which is just absurd, absolutely absurd. In League One, Wickham retook the lead at Morecambe, and Gillingham pulled one back at Wigan. I think I got all of them. Did I get all of them? Danny Ward, take a bow, son. He's got a hat-trick. And Shane Lavery is back in the goals. God, I think I need a strong drink after that. Lots of goals flying in all at once. Hat-trick Ward. Trust us to bin Raphael off, and now Southwood becomes woeful again. Steve, we were 2 up against 10 man. Okay, yeah, that's a perfectly fair comment. Mike, I think you're trying to be helpful there. I'm aware I can find football scores online. I just like to be able to see everything right in front of my face, and my laptop is there being used. But I'm sure you're trying to be helpful there. But yes, I'm aware I can find this information online. Right. Well, we're about 55 minutes in now. So 35 to go in most of the games. Going to be getting into substitution tweakery territory, won't we? If I can just give a quick plug. Keep the comments coming. Keep that debate going. Keep your reactions strong. Hit the like button, whichever platform you're watching on, not just YouTube. I think we've got 100, haven't we, from YouTube, which is fantastic. Subscriber count, we did go over 20,400, but as I keep saying, YouTube does very funny things. There you go. It's gone up by another 3. Tremendous stuff. Please hit subscribe, of course, and you can contribute financially via Super Chat and Super Sticker. This will always be free on here, but if you want to help out, doesn't do anybody any harm, does it? Hey? Tom, love from Australia. 3:15 a.m. Go Leeds. Enjoy it into the second half at Leeds. 0-0. No goals in the Premier League. Let's blame the drone. Fulham only scored 2. Silver out. I think we don't get behind that. End to end now in QPR v Coventry. Sounds like that one could go either way. It's 1-1. Sorry, Coventry versus QPR. The game is at the CBS, of course. David, typical football fan, still nervous at 2-0 up there for Birmingham. Oh, my goodness. Solihull Moors 5, Dover 0. Andrew Dallas has now scored 5, I believe. Someone fact check me on that, but I think he scored all 4 in the first half. Andrew Dallas could be our hero of the day today. What level do Solihull Moors play at? Is that National League or one of the National League North or South? Premier League is such a boring league when your team is not playing. Ant's got a point, hasn't he? That because of the way they split the games up now over the weekend, and you have, especially on a Friday night football week, you're going to get, say, 3 on Sunday as well, 1 on Friday, 1 early, and 1 late on Saturday. There's only 3 games at 3 p.m. To be fair, when we used to do this during the lockdown, there would often literally be 1 Premier League game at 3 p.m. because obviously understandable that they did it during lockdown. And, we thank them for it because it gave us some entertainment at a very boring time of life, didn't it? But it went all the way through, didn't it? Right. Morecambe 2, Wycombe 2. I never went to the live League One table. I'm sure if I had, Wycombe would have been back at the top. They won't be anymore. Let's throw that goal into the mix. Morecambe 2, Wycombe 2. Can we give that one to Cole Stockton? We'll find out in a sec who got that one. Let's quickly just bring up the League One table. And sorry, any Wycombe fans watching, but watch them in real time, assuming that goal has actually gone in. They're about to drop. Jonah Ayunga was the goal scorer. And I think they're about to drop to 4th place as well, looking at Rotherham's goal difference. You can watch it happen live on SofaScore. Although they still don't appear to have got the information there. There it goes. Woof. Sorry, Wycombe fans. That was very cruel, wasn't it? But Wycombe, again, for the second time in the Superstream, dropped from 1st to 4th on the back of 1 single goal. Incredible stuff in League One. 5 for Dallas, National League. Absolutely. Thank you all for telling me, all you lot doing that. Staggered Premier League games is, I mean, this is the thing, and we're only going to go towards less teams in the Premier League, not more. So, I totally understand the criticism you guys are making. Lowest scoring day in Premier League history. I don't know. Opt to Joe maybe for that one. Any views on the 3 p.m. blackout? I don't know. That's a can of worms, isn't it? The old blackout. Pass. I'll keep your powder dry on that one. you can see positive reasons for having it, positive reasons for not having it. It does feel a bit ridiculous having it now when you're literally just putting games either side of it to get them on TV. So, I don't know. Adoy on for Teti in the Fulham game. I think this week's very late goal. There's always a late goal, Ewan, will be at Elland Road. DK injured and subbed by West Brom. That's not good news. We hope he's okay. We don't want to see people getting hurt. But speaking of hurt, that hurts West Brom's goal scoring chances. DK was brought in to do that. Oh dear. Red card for Luton. So Luton are down to 10 and 2-0 down. Now, I know Blades fans are going to tell me they were 2-0 up playing against 10 in midweek, and they're right. But Reece Burke has been red carded. Stoke have equalised. Stoke 2, Fulham 2. The Stoke fans were fairly confident about this one, especially after Mitro and Wilson were announced as not being around. It's 2-2. Stoke 2. Fulham 2. Lewis Baker. Wow. I think is it his debut today? He didn't play in the last game, did he? Baker. Been at Chelsea for the longest time. And he scores on debut for Stoke. Has he signed permanently? I think he possibly has. Comeback is on. Woof. Don't anger Fulham. Yeah, famous last words there, isn't it? Nat, Bannon and Luongo running the midfield for Wednesday. Oxford look dangerous. That one's still 1-1, Oxford and Wednesday. Stephen is a happy chappy about that one. Thank you, Stephen. That's a huge super chat as well. What a goal, he says. Describe it to us, Stephen, if you can hear me. Might be loud in the stadium, which name I'm not going to mention. West Brom have one of the best attackers in the Championship. They've scored one of the least amount of goals. Yep, don't disagree there. You would think DK, Robinson, Grant, Dean Garner, between them, should be able to do something, shouldn't they? Baker did play in the last game, did he? Well, it's definitely his first goal, isn't it? Fulham defence has been saying that is an overlooked point with Fulham. Whilst they're breaking every goal scoring record, they are literally conceding 2 goals a game at the moment. Good thing they're scoring 2.6, isn't it? We're coming up 65 minutes now in most of our games. So 25 to go. Plus stoppage time. Plus drone time at Brentford. But yes, we will not be hanging around for drone time. Substitution Millwall. Burke replaces Bennett. That is a debut, isn't it? Because he only signed yesterday, didn't he? Ollie Burke. Moving across from Sheffield United to Millwall. I think that is a loan, isn't it? Crawley 0, Tranmere 1. An unassisted hat-trick. That often doesn't speak well for the defensive team, doesn't it? Oh, my goodness. Morecambe 3, Wickham 2, and in the same minute, Oxford 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2. Morecambe are really giving Wickham a going over here, aren't they? We saw Wickham drop down to 4th when they equalised Morecambe. It's got worse. Morecambe now lead 3-2 against Wickham. That's crazy, isn't it? Sheffield Wednesday also lead against Oxford. I think that means they go level on points rather than swap. And we finally got a Cole Stockton goal. You didn't think Morecambe could score 3 without him scoring, did you? Not happening. Josh Windass has scored for Wednesday. I think we better go to the live, live League One table. A good moment for Sheffield Wednesday and a bad one for Wycombe. So Wednesday draw level there on points with Oxford. They are 1 point off the playoffs. Plymouth there on 44. And Morecambe are 1 point behind AFC Wimbledon now at the bottom there. Wimbledon are level in their game. But up the top, look, I'm sure there'll be more goals in these games in League One as we come into the last 20 minutes. But an interesting picture up there, but yeah, not great for Wycombe. As soon as I say that, Oxford have just equalised. So Sheffield Wednesday took the lead on 60 minutes. Oxford have equalised on 62. Incredible. Where are we going with this? Oxford 2, Sheffield Wednesday 2. So what I just said about Sheffield Wednesday, forget it. It's redundant 1 minute later with Oxford having equalised. I've got to do it. Yes, boys, from that. And then immediately 2-2. Ollie Burke has the speed of a gazelle and the ball control of that very gazelle. Not good. I wonder what the odds would have been on all three Premier League games finished 0-0. Long. Right. Should we do a reset? We are 20 minutes. If I do a reset, we'll get a goal straight away, of course, won't we? We're 20 minutes from the end of normal time, and a lot of our games, obviously a few are a little bit behind. Brentford 0, Wolves 0 is actually half-time, drone. Leeds 0, Newcastle 0, Man United 0, West Ham 0. I'll only do the 3 PMs here. It's Birmingham 2, Barnsley 0, Blackpool 1, Millwall 0. I've seen that goal go in, don't worry, everybody. Bournemouth 0, Hull 0, Coventry 1, QPR 1, Reading 3, Huddersfield 4, ridiculous. Sheffield United 2, Luton 0, Stoke 2, Fulham 2, Swansea 1, Preston 0. West Brom 0, Posh 0. DK off injured in that one. This game I'm about to say, I need to pause because there has literally just been a goal. Wimbledon have just scored against Burton. It's Burton 0, Wimbledon 1. That has not come up on the screen yet, but it will. Don't worry. Cambridge 1, Crewe 0. Charlton 1, Fleetwood 0. And the goal I was referring to is Ipswich 2, Accrington 1, and Connor Chaplin has scored for Ipswich. Come from behind in that one. MK 0, Donny 1, Morecambe 3, Wycombe 2. What a game. Oxford 2, Wednesday 2, Plymouth 1, Lincoln 1, and more goings on at the top of League One. You're about to see Wigan 2, Gillingham 2. How about that? Could be a really good day for Sunderland. They lead 1-0 against Pompey. I need to catch up with all of this stuff and we'll get the ticker updated. But that could be a very good 2 minutes there for Sunderland with Morecambe and Gillingham, well, and Rotherham actually, doing them a favour. Right, Ollie Palmer was the goal scorer for Wimbledon. Stuart O'Keefe was the goal scorer for Gillingham. I did not see, anyone can help me out, who scored the equaliser for Oxford. Do let me know. But yeah, 4 goals in League One in very, very short order and plenty of goals in League One, period, today. I think I've got them all updated. Did I get the Wimbledon one? No, I didn't. There we go. And we are all up to date on the ticker. There we go. Who scored for Oxford? Anybody know? Help me out. You can do it. Danny Ward is the greatest footballer of all time. Changed my mind. I suspect that wouldn't be hard, HFJ1, but congratulations on the Danny Ward hat-trick today. A bit boring in the Prem with the 3-0 nils. Well, compared to the goings-on in 1 and 2, or Championship and League One, excuse me, It's such a good. Thank you. Was it Taylor again? Thank you, guys. Such a good 5 minutes for Rotherham because they've just gone 2-0 up. Rotherham are going to be really, really happy with this. Their rivals have been pegged back, and Rotherham have gone 2-0 up. How about that? Right, we've got to go to the top of League One on the live league table. The goals keep flying in, and I don't get to have a look. But let's look now. So Rotherham have gone 2 up. Sunderland are leading, and look now, 52, 52, 53, 54. That was 54, 54, 53, 53 at halftime, wasn't it? Crazy to-in and throw-in there at the top of League One, for sure. If anyone knows the Rotherham score, has it been disallowed? Disallowed, apparently. Doesn't make any odds to the table, but I will change the ticker back. And the point still stands that it's still madness up at the top of League One and very, very tight. And also, Wigan have a habit of scoring late winners this season as well, don't they? I wonder, could we still get Wigan at the top of the table by the end of the day, couldn't we? So just to reiterate, we're going to draw in 2-2 with Gillingham. Rotherham are 1-0 up. Let me just bring it up there. You can see it better. There we go. Okay, so we're going to 2-2 at Gillingham. Sunderland are beating Pompey 1-0. Wickham are losing against Morecambe. And Rotherham are beating Cheltenham 1-0. That's the state of play there. So it's pretty much on a knife edge there in League One, and we could get any type of switch around. DK off, injured already. We're doomed, says DJ. Stoke bossing the game. And John says Gillingham are on top as well in the game against Wigan. League One is just delivering this afternoon, isn't it? I think we're heading towards 75 minutes in many of our games. It's 4:33 on the Superstream. Please hit that thumbs up button wherever it is you are watching. Brentford drone was a TV drone. Was it actually? Oh, my God. If that's true, that's ridiculous that we lost 15 minutes for... Oh, unless, Prim, unless it's a drone not attached to the TV station that was filming the game. But, yeah, ridiculous. Jamie, Fulham have been awful second half. Interesting. And a few people saying Stoke on top in that one. Come on, yours, says Ashley. Pirro subbed off. Should have bagged a second. Matthew, we won't even be in the playoffs if the lack of goals continues. I mean, the trend is down if they don't start scoring. Right, we've actually had a goal in the Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. Brentford 0, Wolves 1. It's not the one I wanted, really, with my dearly departed hat on, but Wolves are good, aren't they? And Wolves do not concede many goals, so that could be curtains for Brentford's hopes in that game. Brentford 0, Wolves 1. Thank you, you lot, for the heads up in the chat. Wolves take the lead. Finally, a goal in the Premier League. João Moutinho, what a great career he's had. You took the words right out of my mouth, and that can be a tribute to the late, great Meatloaf, who sadly died yesterday. You took the words right out of my mouth. Doof, doof, doof. Must have been while you were kissing me. It was a hot summer night and the beach. Burton have equalised. Burton 1, Wimbledon 1. Wimbledon did not lead for long at the Pirelli. Burton has equalised. This Millwall performance is like a bad Joy Division lyric. That's bad, is it? Brentford nosediving, but the nose is pointing down, maybe without it being without it being a nosedive. Could Norwich finish above Brentford? They could. I'm not sure they will. Well, how dare all you lot question Fulham, hey? That was silly, wasn't it? Oh, in the Premier League, Leeds 0, Newcastle 1. That is bad news for the dearly departed, not just Leeds. Newcastle lead, and we believe Fulham lead. And after 3, everybody, guess who scored a late goal? It's not a late goal. Guess who scored to take the lead at the top of League One? 4 quick goals, and Wigan lead, Fulham lead, and Newcastle lead. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Look at his face. Just look at his face. John Joe Shelvey is the Newcastle scorer. Bobby Reid is the Fulham scorer. They're third of the game. Their 73rd goal of the season. Wigan lead as well. Jebison, the youngster from Sheffield United, who scored in the Premier League, didn't he? He scored for Burton. Wigan lead as well. So plenty to update there. And Leeds, after back-to-back wins, are behind. Oh, Bournemouth 0, Hull 1. Oh, my goodness me. And just as that goes in, it's West Brom 1, Peterborough 0. What is going on in the Superstream? All go in the top 6 within minutes there. Bournemouth are behind. Fulham are winning. And West Brom have just taken the lead as well. I frankly now cannot keep up, but we could be heading for a big upset. Bournemouth 0, Hull 1. Ryan Longman has scored for Hull at exactly the same time as West Brom took the lead. I can't keep up. Fulham have retaken the lead. That was a very bad minute for Bournemouth, wasn't it? With West Brom and Fulham scoring at the same time as Bournemouth conceding. I think, am I caught up on I think I just need to pop Wigan in. And my God, what a minute that was. Right, who scored for West Brom? Or did West Brom score? It says on my phone that West Brom scored. We'll find out in a second if that indeed did happen. Yes, they've gone to Bianca Westwood, and West Brom lead. They've huffed and puffed and blown the house down now. What a crazy minute in the Superstream that was. I suppose the biggest story there, or maybe Wigan, but maybe Hull, and a possible big upset there down at Bournemouth. Goodness me. Who scored for West Brom? Come on, put it up on the screen. Cedric Kipre. They've had to turn to a centre half. We need to look at some tables. We've got all the goals confirmed. But, well, let's start with Wigan, who I said they'd go back top, didn't they? Have gone back top. So Wigan 54, Sunderland 54, Rotherham 53, Wycombe 52. That's changed order about 500 times. That's an exaggeration for effect, but you know what I mean. Will Keane done it again for Wigan. He's having a tremendous season. Meanwhile, at the top of the Championship, Fulham are going 8 points clear, and we're into the last 20 games as well. Goodness me. Bournemouth have just gone behind at home to Hull. Blackburn don't play until Monday. West Brom lead. QPR are level. Huddersfield lead. Mental day in the Championship, or should I just say another average day in the Championship. Standard stuff, really. And hopefully the ticker is all up to date. Do let me know if anything's incorrect on the ticker. We're trying to keep up with a couple of absolute gluts of goals today. Big point swing at the top of the Championship, wasn't it? Just in that last minute. Win all on for Oxford Wednesday, so guaranteed to score the win. I think he cost a pretty penny as well. Not Mr. Chansiri's finest hour. That one, taking Winnall from Barnsley across to Sheffield Wednesday. Fulham concede too many, though, so definitely not over. I mean, Mike, we'll get to 450, and I'll tell you it's still not over because there's always a late goal, isn't there, on the Superstream? There's always a late goal somewhere. That said, we should go to the bottom of the Premier League, actually, because Newcastle are leading, and Eddie Howe just hasn't... I think he's won one game, hasn't he, at Newcastle, since he's been manager. They've just barely turned the screw, have they? So Newcastle with that win, and this is the low tide. You've seen Norwich win 2 games and go from abject bottom to out of the bottom 3. Newcastle, as things stand, are going to win 1 game and potentially be 1 point. And look, they've got game in hand on Norwich as well, away from safety. Goodness me. Birmingham fans outside director's box and showing a board to Birmingham Sports Holdings Limited. Goodness me. Gray off and Thomas on from Warburton. Oh, goodness me. Wake up, Leeds. They're going to need to. Fulham might have conceded 2 goals in 3 consecutive games and come away with 9 points if it stays like this. Well, absolutely. We're coming up now into minute 80 of most of our games. If SofaScore is anyway correct, in fact, sorry, we're way past that. There's lots of 84s and 81s and 86s even on that way. So we are coming into late goal territory now. I think anything after 87 minutes can class as a late goal, doesn't it? Carlos doing his usual defensive tactics for the last 10. Will he ever learn? We'll find out. Let's see if that can work for Reading. Salford 0, Colchester 3. I'll say the same thing. Will we get a third ex-Ipswich player there? Lenny, not going to have any nails left. Hull could be, and he's not going to want me to say this, but I'm going to say it, could be on for a big win there. Hull getting the new owner bounce. There you go, the new owner bounce, everybody. We are into the last 5 minutes of most of our games now. Where is the late goal? Or where are the late goals going to come? Looks like it's all done at West Brom. They huffed and they puffed to get 1-0 up. They've now gone 2-0 up. West Brom 2, Peterborough 0. Looks like West Brom are over the line. And where are the late dramatic goals going to be? There's always a late goal. Colchester's goal was not scored by an ex-Ipswich player. I stand corrected. Just 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. There's another Meatloaf song for you today. I do not know who scored for the Baggies. But they are 2-0 up. West Brom 2, Posh 0. Carlin Grant, who's held his end up, actually. He's not underperformed this season, like a lot, unfortunately, of the West Brom attacking players have. Norwich currently out of the Premier League, bottom 3 with 13 scored and a minus 32 goals. Strange season, isn't it? Strange season at the bottom of the Premier League. Anyone puts any kind of remotely average run together at the bottom of the Premier League to get to like 32 points or something, they're probably going to stay up, aren't they? We haven't heard anything from Manchester United and West Ham either. That's on to 87-47. Paul Merson is looking at that one. We did have a good Paul Merson mention when we did our top 10 list of the all-time top scoring championship teams. Portsmouth were one of them. I think they were 97. Remember, this is all in reference to Fulham, who are on 73 already. But Paul Merson, if anyone saw him play in that Pompey team in 2002, 2003, probably half of their goals were either scored or set up by him. Birmingham 2, Barnsley 1. That could be a squeaky bum time, in the words of Alex Ferguson. Last 5 minutes there. Birmingham 2, Barnsley 1. Barnsley have a goal back on, I think it said 87. So 3 minutes normal time left. Barnsley have got themselves a goal back. Birmingham could really do with the victory, but Barnsley have got a goal back. 2-1 Birmingham. I think we said, Carlin Grant, the goal scorer for West Brom. They are 2-0 up. And someone tell me, what is it? 12 defeats out of 13 away from home for Peterborough now. Just one of the worst home records in history potentially coming up. Victor Adebayo is the goal scorer for Barnsley, who have got it back to within a goal. Chalobah on for Cabano for Fulham, who lead. There you go, Matthew. Thank you, Baggies. Can enjoy Saturday night, hey? I wonder if Carlin Grant regrets moving to West Brom. Who knows? I mean, he's played in the Premier League, got a massive pay rise. He's still young. Probably not, honestly. Probably not. But, yeah, I mean, he was always going to leave Huddersfield at the end of that season, wasn't he? But I suppose the location is the thing. There's always a late goal, guys. Where's the late goal going to go in? As things stand, it looks like Fulham are going 8 points clear at the top of the Championship. As things stand, we're having an upset with Bournemouth possibly losing at home to Hull if nothing changes in that game. We're coming up towards stoppage time now. It's 4:47 in the Superstream. Ross, I'll own up. I went for Posh to beat. Yeah, right. Well, there you go. If you backed Hull, then not too bad. Yeah, some very strange predictions on the Posh. West Brom have actually gone 3-0 up now. So they've cruised in over the line, West Brom. It's weird, isn't it? West Brom can't score any goals. They sign a good striker. He gets injured. And then once he's gone off, they score 3 goals. Odd. Shrewsbury 0, Bolton 1 in the 89th minute. Looks like Bolton have nicked a win and we've got a late goal in the Championship. And it looks like QPR have nicked a win as well. And so it looks as Oxford as well. We've just had 3 goals all fly in the space of a minute. It looks like QPR, Bolton and Oxford will have all just taken the lead late into their games. And this QPR promotion push, if they win, and it would be 4 wins in a row, is really gathering momentum. Oh, Nat. Oh, dear. We've had a prophecy that's come true in the Superstream today as well. And I feel badly for our friend Nat, who said as soon as Sam Winnell came on, he's an ex-Wednesday player, he'll definitely score. Sam Winnell has just given Oxford the lead 6 minutes from the end of normal time. Who else took the lead? Bolton took the lead, didn't they? At Shrewsbury. Bolton beat Ipswich last week, so it's going to be back-to-back wins. Goodness me. Dean Garner was the goal scorer for the Baggies. They are 3-0 up. We're going to go to a couple of live league tables now. Quick glut of goals. Winnall for Oxford. Albert Adoma, we didn't shout out. Oh, late goal in the Premier League at the home of late goals, the theatre of late goals. Manchester United lead against West Ham. Manchester United have scored in the 87th minute. Goodness me. Manchester United 1, West Ham 0. They may not be that pleasing on the eye at the moment, Manchester United. But Ralph Rangnick's points per game is actually quite good, isn't it? Right, we must go and see the effect of particularly of that QPR goal on the top of the Championship table. So it's been a really bad day for Bournemouth if things stay the same, because basically Marcus Rashford, 93rd minute winner for Manchester United. A 93rd minute winner. And Marcus Rashford, the England striker, has scored the goal. That's probably going to be our latest goal. But have a look at the top of the Championship where, look, in Bournemouth's terms, basically everybody else in the top 6 who's played has won and they are losing at home to Hull. QPR will be 2 points off automatic promotion if they can see out this game. They're leading at Coventry. Fulham also are going 8 points clear. Down at the bottom of the table, everybody just keeps losing. Barnsley are losing, Posh are losing, Reading are losing. So it's good news for Hull. They are 6th bottom and they are going to be 10 points clear of safety if they can hang on in there and get this unlikely win at the Vitality. Charlton have just gone 2-0 up against Fleetwood. That looks all done. We are into stoppage time at Bournemouth. That is the one to keep your eyes on. And you see Marcus Rashford has won the game for Manchester United. Full time there. Manchester United have won. David Moyes has got a face like thunder. We'll find out why when we get to see the goal. Swansea have beaten Preston. I had Preston to win that one. Good win for the Swans today. The Manchester United players celebrate. They've won 1-0 in the 93rd minute. Albie Morgan was the goal scorer for Charlton to put them 2-0 up. They have beaten Fleetwood, or they're about to beat Fleetwood 2-1. 2-0. Idiot. Deary me. Full time's coming in now. Will there be a ridiculously late goal? I think we're done for late goals, aren't we? I think it's just results coming in. I think the goals for Adoma for QPR, Charles for Bolton, Dean Garner for West Brom. That didn't change the outcome. Rashford for Manchester United. I think we've had our late goal splurge. Blackpool have beaten Millwall. A little bit slippery for Millwall at the moment. Full times coming in. Let me know when your full times have come in. Steve, much needed win for Swansea. Congratulations, Steve. It was 4 without a win, wasn't it? 3 straight defeats and a draw. Hope we are done for late goals. I think we are. Chris, it's time for Rowett to go. What is that? Back-to-back defeats? Sheffield United 2, Luton 0 is a full time. Remember at Brentford, there's 25 minutes of normal time to go. Please hold on, Birmingham. Famous last words from Scott. Please hold on, Rangers, says Dave. Lincoln beat Plymouth. Lincoln have won 2-1 against Plymouth. I don't know whether we need to... John's telling me that because I need to change the ticker. Let's have a look. Yes. Oh, good win for Lincoln. That away at Plymouth are in the top 6. Could be a really good win for Newcastle as well. It's Leeds 0, Newcastle 1 at the bottom of the Premier League. And both Norwich and Newcastle having been really dreadful this season points-wise. On the verges of escape at the moment. Not a good weekend for Watford. Brentford and Everton both losing as well. But it does feel like there's some kind of gap there. Bolton did win late on. Big win for Sunderland. Sunderland 1, Pompey 0, being what everything else has gone on at the top of the table. Charlton 2, Fleetwood 0 is a full time as well. Wolves have gone down to 10 men. Gomez straight red. That's good news for Brentford. Gives them a chance in that game. And there is 25 minutes to go. Lots and lots of full times coming in. We'll have a look at the state of play in terms of all of the tables. Turkish Power. I can't pronounce your name there, so I'll read your comment and give you the respect of not butchering your name. Yeah, red card Wolves. Wolves down to 10. That gives Brentford a better chance, you would think, but they're a good side defensively, Wolves, aren't they? Will there be a late goal anywhere? Well, Wickham have lost. So Wickham have lost at the top of League One. Did Wigan got in front in the end, didn't they? So I think it could be a really bad day for Wickham. I think everyone else, I think Rotherham, Wigan and Sunderland have all won at the top of League One. Forgive me. We are reacting as things happen. Let's just have a look. We've got to say as things stand at the bottom of the Premier League, but let's look at league tables now. We're not so much interested in the top of the Premier League table. But down at the bottom, our dearly departed teams, look, Leeds are losing. Norwich won last night. Villa have already won today. They're well ahead. But Brentford, well, it's 10-man Wolves now. So we'll see what goes on there. But look, Newcastle are finding their way, without necessarily being very good at all, towards the dotted line there in the Premier League. Let's have a look at the Championship as things stand. And I haven't heard we've had a full time at any of our games up the top there. I think they're a fair way behind in terms of QPR and Coventry stoppage there. So Fulham lead 3-2. Brentford have just equalised. The 10 men of Wolves is going to help Brentford, and Leeds have lost. That is confirmed. Leeds 0, Newcastle 1, and Reading have lost 4-3 at home to Huddersfield. Brentford have just equalised. Birmingham have beaten Barnsley. That is a full time as well. 2-1. Ivan Toney is the goal scorer for Brentford. 1-1 there now, and Brentford now playing against 10 for the remaining. The goal time is 71 there. Remember, some idiot stopped the game for 25 minutes because of a drone, which apparently was to do with a TV company. So I don't know what's going on there, but they're still going to be playing another 25. We're going to be long gone by the time that one finishes. So, yeah, the Leeds-Newcastle game is finished. That's a vital win for Newcastle there. Norwich and Newcastle both winning. Bad weekend for Watford. So at the top of the Championship, we are still going. Fulham are 3-2 up at Stoke. Bournemouth are losing at home to Hull. Would you Adam and Eve it? Blackburn don't play till Monday. QPR are winning, but there's lots of stoppage time there. Allow me a smile. Ipswich 2, Accrington Stanley 1. A win for Ipswich, which I'm very pleased about, but I will now go back to being neutral. Huddersfield have won. Are they 1 point behind Middlesbrough, or has that not been added on properly? Don't know what's going on there with the live league table there. Down the bottom in the Championship, everyone losing could be the best day for Hull. If everyone below them has not picked up points in Hull, we think are winning, but we haven't had a full-time through as it pertains to Hull. Let's have a quick looky at League One, where you will see a very bad day for Wycombe at the top there. I don't think that's correct. Wigan have won. I think Wigan have got 54 points. So a gremlin in the machine there at SofaScore yet again. Ipswich have also won. So I think that League One live table is a bit of a mess. But my understanding is that Wigan will be top, Sunderland second, Rotherham third, and it'll be a bad day for Wycombe, is my understanding. I feel we need to wait and hear this Bournemouth-Hull story. Is it happening for Hull? Yes, it's just gone through full time. Bournemouth 0, Hull 1. So a really bad day for Bournemouth at the top of the Championship. We haven't had a full time yet from from Stoke. I don't think Fulham is full time yet, but they're leading 3-2. So it could be the case. I think Coventry and QPR is still going as well. It could be a case of everybody winning in the top six and Bournemouth losing. They're still going at Coventry. I know there was a stoppage there. Fantastic for Hull. Absolutely. Alf. Good show, Pete, about the Lions result. Yeah, not good. Is that back-to-back defeats for Millwall? I believe it is. It is full time at Stoke, and Fulham have won. They've scored another 3 goals, Fulham. So they're on to 73 goals. They are 8 points clear at the top of the Championship, and they have 19 games to play. Fulham are looking odds-on, red-hot title favourites. They are 8 points clear. Well played, Fulham. They've had a great run, haven't they? And Bournemouth have let it slide. Blackburn, of course, play on Monday, but it's a hard game for Blackburn. They play Middlesbrough. So they could close it up, but Middlesbrough are a good side at the moment. Fulham promoted today. Well, could be a turning point. Bournemouth 9 points from the last 10. It's not good enough, is it? Fewer than 1 point per game. Goodness me. Rotherham have won. So it is, well, it's a bad day for Hull at the top of... it's a good day for Hull. It's a bad day for Bournemouth at the top of the Championship. It's a bad day for Wickham at the top of League One. A bad weekend for Watford at the bottom of the Premier League of all of those teams we cover. Goodness me. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I've just gone over the 3-hour mark because we started early to catch the second part of the end of the Forest game. So I'm going to bid you all farewell. Again, the headlines there. Hull are shock winners at Bournemouth and bad day for Wickham in the top of League One. Newcastle winning at Leeds at the bottom of the Premier League. Manchester United, 93rd minute. Goodness me. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I got to go. Dave is telling me QPR are still going. But yes, I have a family to spend time with now. So I'm going to bid you all farewell. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Live stream. The review will be at 5 p.m. We'll get Dearly Departed out of the way in the morning. Thank you all for watching. Big and lovely over and out from me, he says. Where's the advert? Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.